I'm Tyler Danberg. The latest ESPN bracketology has Ohio State men's hoops as an 11 seed of the NCAA tournament, facing 6 seed North Carolina and Greenville, South Carolina. Buckeyes visit number 15 Michigan State Sunday at 1. OSU women's stays projected to host the first 2 rounds of the tourney as a 4 seed and opening with Georgia Southern at the 13 seed. Buckeyes host USC Sunday at 2. Olympics men's hockey semifinal. Finland leads Canada 2-1 late in the second period. Winner faces the winner of USA and Slovakia at 3:10. Medal count, Norway leads with 36 total, including a record-breaking 17 gold. U.S. second with 27 total medals. NBA, Cavs best of the Knicks, 112-84 Thursday. Cavs are tied for third in the East and visit the Hornets tonight at 7. College football, per reports, Indiana head coach Kurt Cignetti's deal through 2033 has increased to $13.2 million a year. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
So where's the office, back at division? In the office, baby. Going up.
All right, here we go. Welcome aboard, Rothman and Ice. We'll get after it today with you. Matty Ice is my man to the right. TLC behind the glass. Boys, good to see you.
It's always good to see you, man. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to everybody listening. We made it. We made it to another weekend, so that always feels good.
You always wonder, I've wondered this before, about the relative nature of wealth and, even the person that has a ton. There's a reason they have a ton, right? They've made really smart decisions, most of them, or certainly luck has something involved in it as well. I mean, if I would not be sitting here right today if I would have probably bought Google when they told me to buy it, or even Chipotle probably at that point. Who knows? Anyway, so I was looking up, so Michael Rubin, who's the CEO of Fanatics.
Yeah, throws that big 4th of July party all the time, that all-white party out there, I think in the Hamptons.
That's right.
Is where that thing is at.
Those Hampton tomatoes.
It's star-studded. It's a who's who. It feels like if I were a celebrity, AR, that's the must-have event that I need to be at every year.
We've talked about that, though. I mean, what kind of hors d'oeuvres are you serving to a white party? I mean, you can't have shrimp and cocktail sauce, even though they probably have it. And you when you eat it, you're like leaning over to eat it.
You got to do the Guy Fieri on diners, drive-ins, and dives. You kind of like elbows out, like you said, and getting that chin over the counter. That's what you got to do. But nothing saucy at that party. Nothing saucy at that party.
But I'm assuming they have something, whether some sort of Swedish meatball or something that if it falls off the fork and hits the plate, you know that's splattering.
You're done. You just got to be locked in.
A splatter gun. And you know that you're going to ask for the club soda, and you're finding the nearest bathroom. And you know what? They're like, forget the club soda. Here's a scissors. That's the only thing that's going to get that thing out.
Yeah, no doubt.
So Michael Rubin is worth an estimated $11.5 billion.
You get a piece of that.
As early as this year. It's driven by the valuation of all that sports merchandising and what other company, and all the wealth is built on the massive growth of Fanatics, which is valued at about $30+ billion. And they've got significant investments in sports betting and trading cards and everything.
They're
else.
everywhere, man. I think they have now a Fanatics Fest where it's all type of athletes and pro wrestlers and celebrities that come out to, I think, New York. So, yeah, business is booming, to say the least, for Fanatics, man.
So if a guy like you or me is walking around and we had like a 20 and we left out like a $20 bill and it was gone, we'd notice it. We'd probably know $20, 50 for sure, 100, a Benjamin you'd be like,
especially since I don't carry that much cash anymore.
Yeah.
Like I really don't. I don't know if you do all the time. I really don't.
I probably at any given moment would have anything from $0 to like $60.
Okay.
It's nothing too much more than that, I don't think. Unless I'm on my way to the casino.
Talk about it.
But the other part is this. Like, you're wondering, like, how much would you miss? And I just saw this story pop up that he has, I'm sure, a mansion. And so people that need to take care of that place, you need to hire a staff, a team of people to take care of it. That stuff gets dusty. And so I guess he started to notice some money that was missing from his safe.
Okay.
And that may be why he realized is that he was going to miss a vase or something. Like, I don't think, unless it was something like some artifact or some collector's item that he knows. So I guess recently he found some money missing from his safe, and he wound up putting like a camera, like a hidden camera in the safe. I don't think it's a walk-in safe. I think it's just one that you'd open up. And I guess the alleged crook is right under his own roof, obviously. And so the cops got called to his Hollywood Hills mansion, and one of his staff people or people that take care of the place was let out in handcuffs. And let's see how much. And by the way, I think it's a she. Let me see.
Here's my question for you, AR. If you're Michael Rubin, why does anybody have that code but you?
It's a great question.
To your safe.
I need to read a little more about that. This says here, our sources say she dipped into the cookie jar, allegedly grabbing 20 grand. And once they had her on camera, someone called the LAPD, and the officers responded, immediately arrested her on the spot for grand theft. All told, she was skimming from him, stole about 130 grand. So this wasn't all in one deal, one fail swoop. This was one fail swoop as far as for how. Oh, by the way, she was a housekeeper. So here's the question. You asked a tough question at the presser. I don't even know if this is an answer. As for how the housekeeper repeatedly got access to the safe, we're told it's a combination safe with a backup key entry, and she allegedly got a hold of the key.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't home at the time that she was let out in the iron bracelets, but he was still in L.A. after hosting several stuff on NBA All-Star Weekend.
Yeah, busy man,
there you go.
Man.
A little housekeeper dipping into about 20 grand a pop every now and then.
Congratulations, you played yourself. And so it's like one of those things where if I had to say AR, I think it's me, and if I had a significant other, that's probably it, right?
But why would she think he wouldn't miss 20 grand?
Exactly. That's just foolish.
Because he's worth foolish. $11 billion?
Probably her mindset. If I had to guess, he doesn't need it. He probably won't even notice.
If he was able to put like
100K in there?
No, I'd say even a lot more.
Okay,
maybe that would be the only reason you could grab a banded stack, and just kind of reconfigure it. Like,
and the other thing too that I don't understand is this is a complete guess. I have no idea what she was making, but I would hope that based off of his net worth, that the people that are working for him within his own home were making a decent chunk of change to where you wouldn't feel the need to do that. But then there's always that word greed that comes into play, and rich people do stuff all the time out of spite and out of greed. And so I guess I just got to understand people just feel like they can never have enough.
Well, it's a temptation, certainly. I mean, she may not be a horrible person, but the temptation was there.
Just knowing that cash is there.
And that's a problem. I agree. She did not look at the big picture, even though she was probably enjoying the 20 grand every 3 months or whenever she was pilfering the safe. Speaking of cash, Kurt Signetti got a lot more, or not a lot more, but he got more. And this is one of those things where I looked at both you guys and said, this is the third extension in 15 months. And I never had a true fear he was leaving. But there was part of me that would think, all right, I've done this at Indiana. Could I do it elsewhere? But where else was he going? Is this all just reward bucks?
I think it's a combination of that. Maybe before all these head coaching vacancies got filled in the NFL, there was some interest behind the scenes that they were hearing about, and maybe he used some leverage there.
Said, I'm not an NFL guy.
I know, but I think you're right. I think that's absolutely rooted in, hey, we just want a freaking natty, man. And this guy right now
at the worst program in the history of college football.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I think whether you're a player, whether you're a coach, just in life, whenever you have a chance to cash in off your leverage, you absolutely have to use it. So now, AR, what is he looking at, about a $13 million a year?
So it's 13.2 a year. It still runs through 2033. So that would put him at another 7 years would put him at 71.
Okay.
Right around there.
And I think his initial contract out of the gate when he signed from JMU was about $4 million. Yeah. So now
this is a fully guaranteed deal now. So it's about $93 million.
Wow.
And the buyout is about $15 million if he resigns. And I guess the key deal in this, it required Indiana to negotiate a salary into the sports elite if the Hoosiers reach the semifinal. Forget about even reaching the championship game and then winning it.
So the Final Four?
So
okay.
obviously the historic run. And you're right. In his final, this is the beauty of it. In 2023, not that long ago, because in 2 years, what is he, 38-3? He took him to the playoff and then won it all in 2 years. In 2023, his final season at James Madison, he earned $677,000. $677,000. That's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. This is the greatest rise in sports coaching history. How quick this has happened.
Such a short amount of time. Yeah, no doubt. And so now we know. Clearly the university is invested not only in him, but they locked up their coordinators as well. Both those guys on offense and defense. When you look at Shanahan on offense and Haynes on defense, those guys are making a few $1 million each, and they lock those guys up. So they're trying to keep this core together for as long as they can. The coordinators is going to be interesting because, as you know, programs are always going to want to poach your guys when you're having the amount of success that they're having. But now, look, what comes along with this is pretty high expectations, and Cignetti's not going to shy away from that. But when you're right behind Kirby Smart as the second highest paid coach in the sport, you got to keep this train rolling. It looks like he's grabbed the attention of some good players that have come out of the portal. We'll see what he could do out there on the high school ranks as well. But look, I don't think there's anybody that can sit here and say the man hasn't earned this based off of his, years of work already. The 2 years at Indiana, he's already 8th all time in Indiana on the all-time coaching wins list.
Yeah,
which is just, it speaks to where the program was before he took over, that he's already top 8 in Indiana football program history in wins. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I would say this, it's all gravy now, but they're not paying for gravy. They're paying for more. This is certainly a lot of it's reward bucks. And I had TLC clip this real fast. Actually, we'll play it when we come back. And then we'll get into Ohio State and Julian Sayin and our expectations for him this year coming off being a Heisman finalist. That's next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan. One fail swoop.
The only workplace in America to participate in the Doorknob Fart Game. And we also play office basketball and sometimes do radio. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Craving that rush of freedom in 2026? Grab the Ford Bronco Sport with 2.9% APR and up to $4,500 cash rebates. All credit fits. Pre-qualify online at capitalfordcolumbus.com or visit us in Whitehall.
Get Eco.
Hey, Jerry, remember when we launched our $93 drain clearing offer and you invented the phrase 93 or free?
You know, I've actually written quite a few catchphrases in my career.
Oh, yeah. Aren't you the guy who wrote Bob's Your Uncle?
Yep, for my friend Steve, who has an Uncle Bob. I was as surprised as anyone when it caught on with the general public.
Get Eco.
Well, we need 93 or free to catch on. Our experts will clear your clogged household drain for just $93. If we can't, it's free. And we guarantee it'll stay clear for at least a year, or we'll clear it again for free.
Get Eco, and Bob's your uncle, your drains are clear.
Get Eco.
But Jerry, my uncle's name is Michael.
Get Eco, and Michael's your uncle, your drains are clear.
Let's stick with 93 or free.
Yeah, good call.
Get Eco.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-718-4040. That's 800-718-4040. 800-718-4040.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. It's cold outside. Don't let leaky windows drive up your heating bills. Right now, when you buy 2 windows at Universal Windows Direct, you get 2 free. That's a real deal, and there's no limit. Whether you need 4 or 14, half of them are on the house. Plus 0% interest for 36 6 months and $500 off your entire home improvement project. How many more deals do you need? Schedule your free in-home estimate today. 614-502-5220, universalwindowsdirect.com.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton.
ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Common Man and Timmy.
Something's got to be done about your shoes.
I know. I'm going to throw them away.
Yeah, wait, that's it? You're throwing them? I didn't mean that.
No, they're squeaking when I walk.
Common Man and Timmy Afternoons on the Fan is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Sunny to partly cloudy skies in the forecast here for today, but it is going to be windy and colder as temperatures fall down into the 30s and 40s and winds gusting up over 40 miles per hour. Now the winds will calm down here for the weekend, but we are tracking more sunshine. Highs in the mid-40s here for tomorrow, but down to the 30s on Sunday. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
Catch the latest from the world of Ohio State athletics. Weeknights at 6 on the Buckeye Show. News, special guests, and everything scarlet and gray. The Fan. Maddie ranked the most dynamic duo of all time, Caesar Salad and Moscow Mule. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, keeping you up to date on the semi at the Olympics. Finland leads Canada 2-1 after 2. Massive goal for Canada at the end of the second period. So certainly they're within striking distance now. And Finland always had the X factor. I mentioned this before, that when you have Saros, you have a chance. And he's been playing great, and he gave up a power play goal, the only goal he's given up. And when Lars was in here the other day, he's like, this is a team that really is good, but they're uphill battle. I mean, their best player, Alexander Barkov, they're without him. And they still had a lot of depth, as you mentioned, with Sebastian Aho and Rupe Hintz and Lundell and the top three centers. But this is, historically, they play really good defense, and they're skating with them, and they're shutting them down because they can. And that's happening right now. So, but it's 2-1, and so pressure's on Canada, certainly, and then we'll be on us against Slovakia at 3:10.
No doubt. Action-packed third period coming our way. I'll say this. The Canada unis/sweaters, whatever you want to call them, I'm here for them. I like them.
Oh, well,
the black
leaf.
and red with the leaf, yeah, it's a good look. So I think a lot of us are hoping Canada can come away with this dub. We come away with the dub. And then we get the two squads going at it on Sunday. I've been kind of torn on this because I'm kind of like, okay, if they're not there on Sunday, we get there.
That's the lean.
Yeah, like it's kind of like, nice little path for us to get the gold medal, but just the clashing of Canada and USA would just be what could be a banger of a game.
Quickly, we'll go back to Signetti for a second. If you just joined us, he got another raise, so he's 13.2. So now 13.2 is the highest paid coach in college football, right? Or Kirby Smart must be right there.
They're splitting hairs. Yeah. Kirby's like 13.28, and now Signetti's 13.2. So they're neck and neck.
So there's a clause in this contract that guarantees Signetti will never, and I'm reading never, fall below the third highest paid coach nationally. This is the deal we needed to negotiate for you yesterday. Forgetting about the year, the tag, or any of that. This is the escalator that immediately pushes him to the top tier. So how about that?
Wait, so you're saying since he can never fall before third, if there are a couple coaches that leap him and get to spots 2, 3, and 1 or whatever, he gets an immediate boost to get right back into the 3 hole in the lineup.
That's right.
Unbelievable.
According to this.
Wow.
I wasn't in the room. I wasn't in negotiation, but if I'm reading this correctly, that's the way to leverage what you just did. Pull off the greatest 2-year stretch in college football history, all being relative on where you are.
Right.
Certainly, Georgia's had great national titles, and Ohio State's been great for a long time. But this is something that nobody ever thought. And so when he was hired in Indiana, you know the famous line when somebody said, what are your expectations? You know, what can you do here? What's the biggest challenge you'll have at Indiana? He's like, looked at the guy like he was nuts. Like, I win. Google me. Like, enough of this already. Like, quit asking me whether I'm the right guy for the job. And I had TLC clip this because, to me, I didn't think this was possible in this era. I didn't think the cliche factory, as I've always said, the standards before schemes, the process before outcomes, what's the other
brick
one?
by brick?
Say? Yeah, habits before hype, whatever. Like, there are a lot of them that these coaches. This is very Ted Lasso. Stick it on the wall and hope that it penetrates. And this is a guy who loves. I mean, most 64-year-olds do not want to just sit and watch tape and dial up the computer. Like, they're into coaching. They're into. It's like. But he's different. He's that guy. And I haven't clipped this. This is from, I believe, from when he was hired. And I'm wondering how this went over then and what we think of it now.
It's a process, and it's a way you go about doing things. It's a standard. It's an expectation. High standard, high expectation. It's accountability, right? It's discipline, commitment, toughness, work ethic, pride. You know, it's wanting to be great versus wanting to be normal. And, you know, normal kind of equals average. And average is okay. There's no problem with average, except in my business. My business, average is the enemy. And to be great, you got to have special focus, special commitment, special preparation, and discipline, and the ability to say no to some things. All right? So you stack great days on top of each other. You play the game the way we want to play the game, one play at a time, 6 seconds a play. Every play's got a life and a history of its own. Play every play like it's nothing. Don't be affected by success or failure. Be able to compartmentalize and go to the next play. Playing it the same way. Because what happens then? You get to the end of the game, game's on the line. You're used to practicing that way, playing that way, right? You're just doing your thing. That guy's looking at the scoreboard and he's like, you know, tightening up a little bit. You win those games.
When he said it, when he was hired, everybody collectively said, sounds good. Good luck with that here. You can play this disciplined, old school card all you want, but these guys want money. They want to be incentivized. And then you got to get them all on the same page. You got to find chemistry. You can get talent. That's great. No stars, just talent. Good luck. And that's what he did. It's exactly unbelievable.
Yeah, no, it is wild, and it's one of the craziest things we've ever seen in any sport that it happened this quickly. This isn't like year 6 or 7 of this guy being there, and there's been a steady climb year in and year. Yeah, I think you know what's funny is that
just beat top 25 teams. We beat the shit out of them.
Forgot about that one.
I can't believe that I picked up on it, of all people.
It's like, if this was, I don't know, year 8 or whatever, and we saw, okay, they're working their way up, and they've gone to bowl games here and there.
You can do it at Ohio State.
But I'm just saying, like, you know, like, the immediate returns on that is just crazy to even think about. I think the Natty was a month ago yesterday, right? Them hoisting the trophy down there in Miami, and it still is nuts to see that program up on that podium with the confetti falling from the sky with that trophy. But I did like the line of average is the enemy. That would have stuck with me if I were a player. Like, you know what I mean? This is not what we're doing it for just to get by. Like, yeah, it's Indiana, but in his mind, he believed in himself more than anybody, right? Like, because you have to convince yourself as the leader that we're taking this to higher heights. Because it could be easy to go in there and think, man, if I come in here as a coach and, you know, win 6-7 games, or just did it again. If I win that amount of games, the people
that would have been considered good.
Exactly.
7 especially.
The people aren't going to be mad at me for that. But he said, no, I'm coming through the door, kicking this door down, and we're going to get busy. And that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, I would have been that guy. Managing expectations, tamp down the hype. Like, I wouldn't, and he didn't. And that's why when he did that at the pep rally, I thought it was stupid. Yeah. And he admitted, he's like, I had to shake the room. Like, there were too many people at this program that thought that just beating Purdue was the ceiling.
Can I get the other one?
We don't just beat top 25 teams, we beat the out of them.
Was that on game day? Yeah, but then he got by Notre Dame, though. Like, that night. Yeah, then he got... Yeah, that's the problem. But it's not taking anything away. He got to the playoff. He 38-3 in 2 years or whatever it's been.
Man. It was hilarious because he was talking about like beating teams who were ranked 22nd in the coaches poll.
Yeah,
and then that was his evidence.
We don't just beat top 25 teams. We beat the out of them.
Well, you know why he said that? It's because he didn't have great wins to stand upon last year.
100% true.
He had to go with the style points argument. Because they didn't have a whole lot.
That is true. Yeah, because that was a pushback for them last year was how good are they?
I thought they came in and actually gave Ohio State a little bit of a game. If they don't fumble that punt before halftime, they're probably in it. But they puckered a little bit themselves in that game, and they weren't quite ready.
You're right, though. That was a little bit of like, we have to advocate for ourselves because no one else is. It's like when you're 11-1 in the Big Ten, like, that is your resume. It is a playoff resume. But still, no one was taking them seriously to that degree, especially 2 weeks removed from the Ohio State game.
You just don't see coaches go that far with some of the things that they say publicly. And this year, I think he cooled off it just a little bit.
He even admitted that's not for this year.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole bunch of that this year, but those things are going to stick with people. And it's a tone setter. And I always say this. Whether it's players or coaches, I like characters in sports, and he's one of those guys. And if you're going to talk like that, back it up. And he has done that. So I'm a person that I'm not going to knock him for saying those things, even though I can understand that it can ruffle the feathers of Michigan fans and Ohio State fans and all of that. But now here we are with a new kid on the block here in this conference. And that's what's going to be so fascinating to see moving forward, where this thing goes with Day here and Lanning at Oregon and Cignetti at Indiana, and these teams that have been in the mix and in the playoff and won a couple natties, that being Indiana and Ohio State. I think it is good for the conference now to kind of have these pillars as head coaches that are entrenched in their program and our ages right now where you could look around and these guys could be around for a while. We could be getting some really, really good ball in the Big Ten for years to come if these guys stick around.
Yeah, and it's about Indiana now. And here's the beauty of him. I don't think he allows it to be a one-hit wonder because you can hear it in his voice. And now he's getting paid a lot of money anyway. And I just feel like for an Indiana fan, it's like, okay, one before I die, I can't believe it. It happened. It happened in football, not hoops. And again, so I just think that now you have momentum. We talked a lot last week about Ohio State basketball and would getting in the tournament but not really advancing be enough momentum that would be a positive. Would that get donors? Would that get alum? Would that get portal? Would that lead to things? And you and I believe it will. You and I believe that not making it wouldn't put enough pressure on them different to what they already feel now.
If I'm a donor, show me why I should invest in this program. And to me, I think if you're the basketball program,
give me some incentive.
No doubt. Get into the tournament.
Give me a taste.
Show me why I need to spend some coin. And I think that could absolutely help a little bit.
Yeah, it's like, yes, it's kind of like if you were luring someone, you wanted to hire somebody to a big job. You're taking them out to dinner.
Yeah.
You're showing them something. Right. I think that's what Ohio State basketball alum and all that. Yeah. That's why you and I believe in the momentum. Now, that momentum is very fleeting. You get in and you lose on Thursday, day one at noon, and you're out by 2:30.
I don't know if that qualifies as momentum.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
Getting to the dance.
It's the hype of that week.
Correct. Maybe in the
week and a half
of some donors, that would be enough to bring some more money to the table. Who knows?
Mike Renner, CBS Sports, and Pushing the Pile Pod. Push it real good. He may have an answer to the top free agent quarterback. We'll ask him in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
I'm thinking about cracking open a beer.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront cost before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Join us for Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend, February 27th and 28th. We guarantee the best price year-round, and Wedding Weekend adds an advantage you won't find anywhere else. Enjoy preferred bridal pricing up to 30% off for 1 weekend only. Visit Diamond Seller February 27th and 28th.
It's Timmy Hall here stepping in for the common man. You see, he decided to go to Italy when his Germain spot was due. Must be nice. You know what else is nice? Germain's month-long President's Day sale at all the locations listed at GoGermain.com. This month, all qualified pre-owned vehicles come with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty. On top of the $1,000 price promise, no one will sell you a car for less. Nearly 4,000 vehicles, 30 brands, one website. You can only find the savings and that warranty at GoGermain.com. Hope you enjoyed your cured meats, common man.
For the past 100 years, Shriners Children's has become family to over 1.5 million kids.
In tough times and good times, they're there when we need them most.
Please go online right now to loveshriners.org.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Maddie's favorite show is Big Brother. Don't read into it. He's only watching strangers through hidden cameras. You're listening to Rothman and Creepy Stalker Guy.
All right, the NFL never sleeps. Mike Renner doesn't either. CBS Sports and pushing the piled pod. He's with us now on the Brian Heating Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Mike, welcome back, bud. How you been?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. Let's pick your brain on where you think the Brownies are going at this quarterback position. Feels like they saw enough with Shedeur. They got to let this ride a little bit. I know they have Deshaun Watson at that massive price tag on the roster. Is he healthy today? Yeah. Could he stay healthy? I don't feel like there's a lot of investment because I don't feel Deshaun is in their big plans for future. It would be more of a, wow, that would be the biggest upset, right? If Deshaun Watson finally started earning that money and looking good, but I don't know if they have the team around him to do that. So long question, is this Shedeur's team out of the gate?
I think so. I think if they do anything, it's like a small veteran free agent or someone of that nature who's not going to cost a lot. Or, potentially add another day 3 quarterback to the mix, or potentially Ty Simpson. But I don't think they make any splash move at the quarterback position whatsoever. So I think not necessarily Shedeur out the gate, but I think it's a competition where Shedeur's in it. I don't think they have someone that they bring in who's for sure replacing those 2 guys they drafted last year.
So, Mike, inside the AFC North, we have 3 new head coaches in Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and up there in Cleveland. I want to ask you about the Pittsburgh Steelers hire and Mike McCarthy, and kind of a 2-pronged question here. What were your thoughts on that? Do you think they found the right guy? And do you want them to bring back Aaron Rodgers, or do you think they should move on and maybe go somewhere else at quarterback?
Yeah, I was floored, truthfully. I mean, just the Steelers organization feels like, they hire young coaches and they would give them a long leeway. And I thought they were in a good position that with this crop of coaches, I thought they would be somewhat attractive job given the stability of that franchise, given that, you sign there, you're probably there for 15 years. So surprised that was McCarthy, but I think what it signals is that they really want to develop a quarterback. And I bet they bring back Aaron Rodgers. That doesn't obviously preclude them from finding a quarterback. But to me, they feel like the strongest team to draft Ty Simpson, the quarterback, too, in this draft class, because that's why, that's Mike McCarthy's probably biggest selling point, is he has a pretty strong track record of at least developing young quarterbacks, whether it's Aaron Rodgers, whether it's even a guy like Matt Flynn, who looked a lot better there in Green Bay than he did elsewhere. So I think that's, if you hire Mike McCarthy, especially at this stage, that's what you're hiring him for.
It's interesting, right? Because McCarthy, while on paper he's done some very good things, but people that have watched football forever feel that he's just kind of gets in his own way at times. I know he had some good years with the Cowboys, but it's almost like the mystery of the guy, a younger coach like a Shieldhouse, somebody that may have been available to them. They decided to go veteran, and it is odd, right? But the mystery guy who doesn't have near the resume that McCarthy has, that's the guy you can't pick apart because he doesn't have a track record. So it's kind of you damned if you do, damned if you don't.
No, I agree with that. I mean, I thought they were going to be a team that was in the mix for, like Clint Kubiak, truthfully, or Jesse Minter, like one of these who has a pretty strong track record, not like a complete unknown like a Shieldhouse. So, yeah, the fact that they weren't, and the fact that they ended up with Mike McCarthy, I think as a Steelers fan, you're not over the moon about it.
So Tyreek Hill, he's available now. Looks like the Dolphins are doing some kind of major roster shifting down there in the 305. But there's been a lot of people playing the guessing game of where Tyreek Hill is going to land next. So I want to throw that at you, Mike. Mike Renner's favorite Tyreek Hill landing spot is where?
Oh, man, I've thought about this a good amount because I think Tyreek Hill, what really makes him is his athleticism. And I don't know how in demand he's going to be at his age coming off the severe injury he had because he's one of the smallest receivers in the NFL. He really only got by because of that. So I feel like Vegas is the one I kind of keep going back to because they're so desperate. You're bringing in a quarterback. You need a speed guy on the roster, but it would not honestly surprise me if end of the day Tyreek Hill is retiring at the end of this offseason because I don't know who wants the headache of Tyreek Hill if you don't know that he's going to be the guy he was before the injury.
Is there a Sam Darnold type quarterback available this offseason where if you got him and plugged him in, not necessarily it would lead to a Super Bowl title, but it would lead to a playoffs and being very much in contention? Does that guy exist?
I don't know if he exists, but I am very intrigued by Malik Willis. I think he is the single biggest wild card free agent quarterback that we've had in some time. I think Darnold, you at least knew, given what he did last year, that's like you weren't going to get a complete dud, right? You weren't going to get a guy who was going to come in there and be the Darnold of old, shall we say. But with Malik Willis, such a small sample size, but truly when he played, he outplayed Jordan Love. He won them games. He produced when he was out there, and kind of all the things that you worried about when he was at Liberty, well, they've gotten better. He had shown improvement from his days as a college quarterback to now, and from Tools' perspective, he's even more impressive than Sam Darnold. He's got a cannon for an arm. He's a heck of an athlete. The guy really can expand your playbook, so would not surprise me if he goes to another spot and turns whoever that team is around.
There's always a lot of eyeballs on Kansas City and what they're doing, what they've done. But I think right now, this offseason for me, Mike, might be their most fascinating offseason just because of where they're picking in the draft and the Mahomes injury, but just their roster construction and the offense right now, Mike. Like, where do you think that unit is? What do they need to add this offseason to get back to being what they've been in the past?
Yeah, they definitely need to add, I would say, some size at wide receiver. You needed a little bit more consistency on the outside. They just had too many pure speed guys. I mean, Tyquan Thornton, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, they all do the same thing, and it's run down the field, and there's no real in-between there. When Rashee Rice wasn't there, it was ugly, and even when he was there, Rashee Rice has such a limited skill set. He's kind of just like a slot only. He was almost, replacing Travis Kelce's role. So I think you need someone on the outside that's just a little more reliable. I don't know if you pick that at pick 9 because you also need some offensive linemen. You're probably going to cut Juwan Taylor just to get under the cap this year. So, but they need that is probably 1A is some size at the receiver position.
You think Cincinnati scares anybody anymore? I know they do offensively, but as a complete team, and they showed some signs last year at the end with their defense, and I know this is the big if on Joe Burrow and his health, but now the other wrinkle is whether Trey Hendrickson is going to be a part of this or not. Doesn't feel like he will be, and that would only weaken the defense more. How do you feel about Cincinnati going into the offseason?
I mean, they still got a top offense, and I think going into next year, this is probably the most encouraged I've seen from their offensive line. In the Joe Burrow era, the past, last 6 to 8 games was the best offensive line we've seen in Cincinnati since maybe 2015. So I think that's maybe the most encouraging thing is that you got a real offensive line. You obviously have the weapons. You have Joe Burrow. So they could score points on anybody and just get the defense to not a disaster, right? I think they just needed to be an average defense, and that team was in the playoffs last year. So I think Al Golden's a good DC. I just think they are so talented product on the defensive side of the ball that it's going to be tough to see them, like I said, scaring anybody. They really aren't, because pretty much everyone goes in there knowing they can put up 30.
What did you think about the Buffalo Bills process as far as getting to Joe Brady as their head coach? You know, had that tough loss in the playoffs out there in Denver, and then had that pretty wild press conference with the owner. Now here they are linking Josh Allen and Joe Brady together for the foreseeable future. Do you like that marriage of head coach and quarterback up there in Buffalo?
I do. I mean, I think Joe Brady's a good OC. I just thought if you're going to get rid of McDermott and you wanted things to change, you know, you wanted to get over the hump, I thought it was time for a house clean. You know, I thought it was really, we're sick of how things have gone. It was new GM, new head coach, brand new offensive mind, because when you have Josh Allen, you're in demand. You know, you are the top destination. Whoever the top GM candidate is, you probably would have got him. Whoever the top, coach candidate is, you probably would have got him. But obviously Allen, I'm guessing, played a big factor in why Joe Brady's their next head coach, but it just felt like you said, was the process good? No, it kind of felt like they were scrambling after firing McDermott.
Good stuff, Mike, as always. Mike Renner, CBS Sports, Pushing the Pile podcast. We'll have you back soon, my man. Thank you.
For sure. Thanks so much for having me. Take it easy.
Mike was on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. It's the one thing the Browns didn't do. They didn't care enough about Jim Schwartz to say, well, now you can be the head coach. They cared more about Josh Allen. They have one of the best players in the league. His voice counted. And I think they felt that if they cleaned house completely, you'd be robbing Peter to pay Paul. You'd be like, wait a minute, this guy keeps our offense where we need it. Yeah. Now, if we can add a piece for Josh Allen and then add around the defense, but I have no idea what kind of head coach he's going to be.
No clue. No clue. We know he's a pretty good play caller, right, to this point, but to your point, there's so much that comes along with it, because now you have to lead a locker room and lead all these other units and make sure those guys believe in your vision and what you can do. And so he's been rising up the ranks, it seemed like, for a long time, right, since he left LSU when he was a part of that unit with Joey B and Jamar down there. Now it's his time to shine, and it's a pressure-packed situation, but if you want to step into the head coaching world, what better way to do that with one of the best quarterbacks in the sport? That's not a bad way to start it.
Yeah,
off.
Good for him for sure.
Yeah.
All right, overs and unders into the weekend next. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
A lot of hosts have been on our airways in the past 30 years. Some good, some bad, some really bad. Anyway, sorry for that. The Fan.
Ready to supercharge your 2026? Level up to the Ford F-150 with 2.9% APR and $3,250 cash incentives. All credit fits. Capital Ford pre-qualifies you quickly. Why settle? Upgrade today at Capital Ford of Columbus and Whitehall.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-718-4040. That's 800-718-4040. 800-718-4040.
Oh, what? Just cleared that drain last week.
At the Waterworks, we mean clean, which means we don't just clear your drain, we actually clean it. Get your drains good as new with the Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results.
It's truck season at Germain Toyota, and the deals are about as tough as the trucks. Get into a new 2026 Toyota Tundra with $299% financing for up to 72 months, plus $1,000 in Toyota Financial Services finance cash, or lease a 2026 Tacoma SR5 for just $289 a month for 39 months, 10,000 miles per year, and $36.99 due at signing. Power, reliability, and offers that work as hard as you do. Visit Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road, or check them out online at germaintoyota.net.
The Reds are on the radio.
And he caught it. No way. What a grab. Noelvi Marte. L.A. De La Cruz is on his horse, and they're waving him to the house.
Suarez swings. He drives this.
It is gone. 1. Eugenio Suarez puts the Reds on top.
With an old friend back in the clubhouse, it's time for spring training baseball. Hear the action on your home of the Reds.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
The best words to hear at the TSA security checkpoint? You're good to go. All it takes is a little preparation. Get to the airport early. Bring a carry-on bag that fits in the overhead, and have an acceptable ID. Not all state-issued IDs will cut it. Check out tsa.gov/ID and see which TSA acceptable IDs make the grade, like a real ID or passport.
Before you jet, do a little prep, and you're good to go. Check out tsa.gov/ID or the MyTSA app.
Tyvis Powell is a contradiction. He'll police the food you have on your plate and shame you into dieting. Also, he has a burner Uber Eats account so his wife doesn't know what he's eating. Timon and Tyvis.
Weekday mornings at 6.
The Fan.
Want to know anything about the Fan's contest? How to win? Or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Rothman and Ice presents Overs and Unders.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys. For all your roofing, siding, and gutter needs, contact the Roofing Guys at theroofingguys.com.
All right, now we get to find out if my spidey sense tingled the correct way. I looked at Maddie and said, team that scores next wins, when Finland was up 2-1. So if Finland would have gone up 3-1, I think they seal it. If Canada ties it, I feel like then Finland's going to say we blew a 2-0 lead, and now they're going to feel like may not happen, but Canada just tied it up. Shea Theodore with a slap at a base from deep. It looked like Marchand had a little bit of leverage in there somewhere, but he got in and out of the crease, I believe, on his own.
I think the goalie's got to stop that puck, man. That's just off his left shoulder.
Well, he got pushed off his spot. Saros did, and then he had to recollect himself.
He saw it coming.
I think he was complaining that maybe Marchand came into the crease and didn't either get out right away or didn't get pushed in. I don't know. But it's 2-2.
Blank just got real. That's for sure.
8.5 to go.
Yep.
All right, TLC, what do you got?
And there's a 17-shot differential there, so
in favor of Canada. Okay. Okay.
If that's any indication of what kind of a tie game this is. I'm getting greedy here. How many more snows will we get before St. Patrick's Day? Over under a half.
Before we do that,
just kidding.
I believe that we're going to win the over on the
15 and a half days of when the snow is going to disappear.
No, well, that I already cashed, I think, because I saw a snow pile the other day.
Oh,
I think I'm good on that.
Yeah, it's all.
And then the other thing was, are we going to get it? Well, it's there. There's snow on the ground still.
You did say completely melted.
Yeah, you said, would I see any snow?
Yeah,
and I did.
All right, fine.
And then the other thing you asked me, would we get a day below freezing before the end of February? And the horrible thing about this is now I'm rooting for it because I said we would.
There are no stakes in this game.
We don't need that.
We don't need that kind of man in our lives.
I'm already
Let
hearing
it go.
The weather people saying we're dipping back into the 30s today and tonight and a whole bunch of wind.
Maddie, I saw you beat that man the way no man has been beat before, and the man kept coming after you.
Rocky.
No, we don't need that kind of man in our lives. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah, you got it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cinderella Man. Oh, he got it. Just
got it. It was Rocky.
Play my theme music.
Yeah,
Let's go. What do you? Come on, DJ, spin that. Yeah.
is it weird that I'm rooting for a day of like 31 this weekend?
I can't.
I think we're going to get some more flurries. Does that count? You said snow. I mean, if flakes fall from the sky, that's it, right? Doesn't have to stick.
Yeah.
We don't need You didn't say accumulation.
I don't need any more snow.
No, I know, but the question is, will we get it?
Before St. Patty's Day? What is that?
I'm going to say, yeah. I think we might get it this weekend.
Mid-March we're looking at? For St.
We got
Patty's Day?
a couple days next week. I think it's Monday in particular where the high is 29. However, it's not supposed to precipitate that day.
Okay. That'll work.
So that means that it's going to be cold enough to snow, but it won't.
I'm going no.
I'm going to say we see a flurry of some kind.
I'm going no.
Not a McFlurry. We're going to see a flurry at some point between now and the Ides of March, or whenever you said.
How many songs could you play on either a piano or a guitar over under a half?
Oh, under. I got no skills on either one of those right now. I would butcher anything that you put in front of me on a piano or guitar. I do think it's amazing, though, like some of the great guitar players, just watching them get busy on that thing. I don't know how they do it. I really don't.
Practice?
Yeah, well, yeah, but still, like, the ability to just not look down and just fire off the strings the way that they do. Yeah, no, I got nothing for you on that, TLC. Absolutely under for me.
I think I could probably bang out some chopsticks on the piano.
Okay.
Just from old school thinking about it. It's the only thing anyone could do as a kid.
Yeah, I could never do that. I never did piano lessons, though. Did you?
No lessons.
Okay. Seemed like that was in your past somewhere.
I'm going to go.
You got one in you?
Chopsticks.
That's an over. That's an over.
Might be an over.
Okay.
There you go.
Gotta hear that.
How many more iterations of this year's NBA All-Star format will we see before they change it again over under 1.5?
I'm going under. I think they're sticking with this. I think they like the returns that they got.
Wait, that'd be an over.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
Here. How many more iterations of this year's format will we see before they change it?
Okay, I understand now. I think we're going over, yeah. I think they're going to stick with this for a while. The kind of USA versus the world thing, some good energy was around it this year. The guys seemed balled in. I think that's what they were looking for. So, yeah, I'll go OVA. Give me the over on this
It's
one.
weird that it didn't pull me in. Whatever they did, it didn't get me. I'm not saying it was bad. It sounds like you said it was pretty good. And so I'll trust you on that if they found something. I don't even know if there's any real thing they can do that'll really return it back. But as long as they have something to rely on, that's okay, I guess. But no, I did not watch.
By the way, I really need you not to swear because the software that has the dump button just crashed. So keep it together over there.
Fire off right
now.
Well,
you've been warned, so it's not my fault.
I like to let the expletives fly.
How many foreign lands have you ever visited over under 1.5?
Your boy just got his passport last year, so I'm an under. I need to map that out maybe for next year somewhere. Like I won't be able to pull it off this year, but no, I've never touched down anywhere outside of the U.S. of A.
So the passport is for what?
Future endeavors.
Just to impress?
No.
Flash that
You
thing?
got lipstick stains on your passport.
That a little.
It's a Jason Derulo lyric.
Okay. Oh, okay. Another
Bring
song
out a
you're
little
talking about.
flash cash and a passport.
No, it's one of those things that if I need it, hey, I got it on deck. You know what I'm saying? So I'm under. Where you at?
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to be out of the country several times.
Okay, I feel like that's gong-worthy.
He asked the question.
Okay.
I
asked.
I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. That wasn't unsolicited.
It was the several times that like, hey, this is put my toes in a lot.
You
of
talking about
beaches,
just different locations?
Yeah. How many? You got to be way over that, I would think. Non-work related too, I would think. Not even on assignment.
Singularly unique. Tells time simultaneously in Monte Carlo, Beverly Hills, London, Paris, Rome, and Stade. In Philadelphia, it's worth $50. You want to go for another one?
Rocky.
No. I didn't double up on Rocky.
Creed.
No. Not a boxing movie.
Which is just a derivative of Rocky.
Ali.
In Philadelphia, it's worth $50.
Will Smith did a good job.
Thing's
in Ali,
burning my fingers off. Are you implying stolen?
Independence Day?
No. It's a movie I've quoted before.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of what?
Feed me, Seymour. No, it wasn't. All right, time's up. It was Trading Places. I thought maybe you'd get it.
There you go.
Hey, done that before.
Listen closely, folks, because the McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion is the place to be if you're looking for a new vehicle. And February means sweetheart deals all month long. They're going to treat you like family up there. They did it to me, and I have been loving riding around in my new vehicle for over about a year now. So this is really good stuff, and they're sponsoring our studio now. They got great deals, as I mentioned, right there on the lot. Over 200 new vehicles on their website, so make sure you're checking that out. There is a 2026 Silverado 1500, which you can lease for $289 a month for 36 months with only $3,998 due at signing, or you can save up to $13,000 off MSRP if you finance. Terms and restrictions apply. It's not a long drive to Marion. Get on up there. They'll get you in. They'll get you out. You'll love your new car like I did. Take it from me. The McDaniel GM Superstore is the place to be. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Coming up top of the hour, this player used to hate his former coach, and now he's giving nonverbal cues that he may want to rejoin. We'll tell you who that is next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Dr. Mark Levy can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring. Sleep better. Live better.
Hey, it's Matty Ice. February is the month of love, and my buddies at McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion have the deals you'll love all month long. You can lease a brand new 26 Chevy Silverado for $289 a month for 36 months with only $39.98 due at signing, or you can save up to $13,000 off MSRP if you finance. Terms and restrictions apply. They have one of the largest selections of Silverados in the area. They're just off Route 23 on 95 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Hey, Columbus, big news. For a limited time, get Uber One free for a full year so you can save on food and rides. That's a $96 value on us. Just use code Columbus. Get 1 year of $0 delivery fees, 10% off eligible food and grocery orders, and up to 6% Uber One credits on rides. Sign up for this limited time offer today using code Columbus and save big with Uber One. Offer valid through 3/31/26. Savings and $0 delivery fee on eligible orders and rides only. Fees and terms apply. See app for details.
Steve here from USA Insulation. Let me ask you a question. Do you know why your thermos keeps your coffee hot? Because it's insulated with foam. So let us do the same thing and insulate your home with our premium foam for only $99 a month, interest-free. The cold weather's here. There's nothing better than sitting in a warm, comfortable home with your loved ones and keeping that cold, drafty air outside. So make the call today, 529-2440, 529-2440, or USAinsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
It's Skyway time at Skyline Chili. Come get your Skyline 3, 4, or 5-way with 50% extra cheese at no extra charge. Regular and large ways only at participating Skyline restaurants for a limited time.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver, leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
It's Timmy Hall here, stepping in for the common man. You see, he decided to go to Italy when his Germain spot was due. Must be nice. You know what else is nice? Germain's month-long President's Day sale at all the locations listed at GoGermain.com. This month, all qualified pre-owned vehicles come with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty. On top of the $1,000 price promise, no one will sell you a car for less. Nearly 4,000 vehicles, 30 brands, one website. You can only find the savings and that warranty at GoGermain.com. Hope you enjoyed your cured meats, common man.
Matty Matty Ice here with the Columbus Men's Clinic. Guys, you've got one life, and it's too short for not nows, maybe laters, and tomorrows. If you're noticing issues with low T or ED, then your relationships, your confidence, and even your career has already been affected. So, guys, no more excuses. Columbus Men's Clinic has a medical provider focused solely on ED and low T the right way. Since 2014, they've been helping men get safe, effective treatment for over a decade. So call them at 614-300-7400 right now or book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com. Did you know there's treatments that can help you maintain what you've got? Yeah, that's right, fellas. Just like going to the gym to maintain muscle, there are ways to keep ED and low T at bay without a pill. So it's time to show up for yourself, for your family, and a lot more by going to the Columbus Men's Clinic. Call them at 614-300-7400 or book them online at columbusmensclinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic for every man in every season of life.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Listen up. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Dr. Mark Levy's been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results. And now he has an office in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. After trailing 2-0 in the second period, Canada has rallied against Finland to tie the Olympic men's hockey semifinal at 2 in the third. Canadian goals scored by Sam Reinhart and Brad Marchand. Winner faces USA and Slovakia, which will drop the puck at 3:10. NFL Browns have officially named Travis Switzer their offensive coordinator, Mike Rutenberg defensive coordinator, and Byron Storrs special teams coordinator. Switzer was with new head coach Todd Monken with the Ravens. Storrs spent the last 4 years as Packers special teams coordinator. NBA tonight, Cavs look to win 7 straight when they visit the Hornets at 7. Cleveland tied with the Knicks for third in the East at 35-21. In golf, round 2 of the Genesis Invitational, Matt Fitzpatrick and Aaron Rye are tied up for the lead at 6 under. This update sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union, voted best credit union for the past 8 years in a row by CBUS Top Picks. Visit BMIFCU.org to learn more.
Miss a minute of Rothman and Ice? Check out the podcast.
Type in Rothman and Ice wherever you get your podcasts. Download and subscribe.
Back to Rothman and Ice.
Oh, talent. Talent always wins. You know, A.J. Brown is such a confusing star to me. Like, I think on the right team with the right quarterback, you feed him, you're going to be happier more than not. And he's still only 28, be 29 in June. And we're all trying to find a place for him. And before we get into, like, where he will go, there was this story that surfaced. He was on this podcast with Rob Gronkowski and Julian Edelman. The title of the podcast is Dudes on Dudes. And he told them in the podcast, he's like,
dude on dude stuff, man. I knew it was coming.
That's exactly.
As soon as you said it, I looked over there and I saw TLC rolling through that Rolodex and play it again. Dude on dude stuff, man.
You had the name of the pod. They basically stole your idea.
I should have put in a patent for that.
You guys got to change the name of your pod.
Copyright that.
Oh, Canada's going on a power play in the final 2.5 minutes of the game of regulation.
It might be wraps.
Gronk and Edelman on the podcast with A.J. Brown, the current Philadelphia Eagle receiver. And he's like, Vrabel is the type of coach, because they were talking about, actually play this first. Actually play, if you can, play it first, when they started to kind of goad him into wanting to be a Patriot.
And really fun to sit here and get to chop it up with you, bro. And just remember, we're all Patriots. You know that, right?
Are you going to be a Patriot? Are you going to be a Patriot? Do you want to be a Patriot? I'm trolling.
So he winked at him. That's the nonverbal hint right there.
And then moonwalked immediately off that.
That's right, because he started thinking, wait a minute, I'm still getting paid by the Eagles, I guess. He says, Vrabel is the type of coach that he's going to call on you in meetings. He wants to make sure you're staying engaged, and he's going to go over the keys to the victory of the week. Well, that makes sense. Why would you expect anything different? He goes, you better know them like the back of your hand. Mm-hmm. He goes, I used to write in my notebook because at the time I really didn't like Vrabes. I didn't like him. And I admit that he knows that. So I used to write, I hate Vrabes. I hate Vrabes. I hate Vrabes. I was doing that to pretend like I was taking notes to look like I was engaged.
Come on, man.
Are you kidding me? But because he was so hard on me when I was a rookie in Tennessee, and I really didn't understand it. So at the time I told Vrabes, like, hey, like, I'm humble already. You don't need to go humble me. But then I really didn't understand what he was trying to do, to push me, what he was pushing me to be. So it does feel like this has a future to it. I don't know whether this is going to work out. There's some other trades that have been kind of popping off here of a potential Bills-Eagles deal that would get him to Josh Allen.
Before you start throwing those out there, it's not surprising to hear that about Vrabes, and especially a younger, and they just did it. Power play cash in.
35 seconds left in the regulation.
Yeah. Especially when you think about Vrabes and who he learned from as a coach. Like Bill Belichick, no-nonsense guy. Dude was saying no days off at a Super Bowl celebration parade. Like, that's always been his mindset. And so Vrabel has taken some of that in his own DNA as a player and a coach, which is a tough guy, as we know. And I can understand why you are, especially that position, a wide receiver that maybe had at a young age a diva-ish mentality, maybe still has some of that, and that can ruffle your feathers and can be annoying, right, when you're coming out of college and this hard-nosed coach is getting after you the way that I'm sure Vrabes was getting after him. That's not for everybody, whether you're a vet or not. And so it's not a surprise to hear that A.J. Brown, wasn't locked in with Vrabes when they were over there in Tennessee. Maybe that will change if that does come to fruition if they do acquire him, because it's what New England needs. I mean, we've seen that. I don't think they want to go into another season really relying on Diggs as their number one. Now, if they did get A.J. Brown, that kind of slots Diggs, I think, into a nice little role with some of the other playmakers that they have. But it does feel like this is coming to a head, that A.J. Brown and Philly are ready to move on. Maybe it's more on A.J. Brown's side than it is Philadelphia's side. But Philadelphia may be looking in-house and thinking, we got Devonta Smith. And I know there's some people that think he can be a number one in this league as well. And so it just, all year long, there was just smoke around the A.J. Brown situation. He just never seemed happy. So finding him a new home may be ideal for them as far as chemistry goes down there in Philly.
Yeah, this is on him, man. It's weird because you don't trade a number one receiver because he's a diva. Like, these guys exist all over the league. Well, I need to know is if he's hurting my team, if he's not engaged, if he's not trying, if his effort's bad, if his chemistry with my quarterback sucks, if he doesn't want to be on the field, if the ball doesn't get thrown to him a couple times early, he checks out mentally. Like, I don't know if his noise hurt the team. The Eagles still won 11 games?
Mm-hmm.
He still went over 1,000 yards receiving.
How many tutties did he have this year, AR?
I don't know how many. I don't have his stats right in front of me. I'm assuming he went over 1,000, and I'm certain that defense is still schemed against him. Right? I mean,
they better be.
He's that good.
They better be. So both he and Devonta Smith got over 1,000 yards. Yeah. Barely. He had 1,003 yards. TLC's telling me A.J. Brown had 7 touchdowns this year. That's
5
fine.
More than Justin Jefferson.
That's solid. But I think maybe there's some frustration in
there. Not that you're counting.
Yeah.
From Jalen Hurts and his consistency, too. Because some of that's out there that people think Jalen Hurts maybe as a quarterback doesn't push the ball to every area of the field that you would want right now at his point in his career. I don't know. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's Sirianni. There was some stuff between those guys that was bubbling to the surface and seemed to boil over at points as well this year. And so if I'm a team that needs a wide receiver, kind of going all in to get A.J. Brown, because I don't think you're going to have to give up crazy draft capital to acquire A.J. Brown either, and where he is. And so that's going to be, I think, one of the major talking points this offseason is to see whether or not they do move on from a very talented guy.
All right, I'm sorry, but they're challenging this for offsides, and it's a good goal. All right, so they challenged it. Still a Canadian goal. I'm with you on a couple of things. One, I don't know how much it would take, because I was looking, I kind of wrote some things down here about, like, if you swapped with, let's bring up the draft order for this year in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And so let's just say picks by, let's do, who's picking last?
So you would have Seattle at 32 and New England at 31, right?
New England. Let's do New England. So New England at 31. So if I'm trading with the Eagles, who have what pick do they have? 23.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is what I'm probably doing. If I'm the Eagles, I would swap 31 and 23. Okay? So I get, right?
Are we sure we got to give up a 1 for A.J. Brown?
Well, you're swapping. You're not really giving up a 1. You're still getting their 1.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I guess if I'm not trying to do the swap, I'm not giving up a 1 for A.J. Brown.
No, I'm not asking you to. I'm asking you to swap. You're the Eagles. I'm calling you.
Uh-huh.
And
so you're saying if I'm Philly, I'm moving down to 31. You're coming up to 23.
Exactly right. And that knocks out 1. Now I'm still getting your receiver. I'm getting A.J. Brown. And I would probably give up a 3rd and a 5th or a 6th.
See,
you get Brown.
I think without the ones that you're talking about.
Say it with me, Matty. You get Brown.
I think the ones that you're talking about.
Movie?
That's the package I would be looking to acquire him for. Like a 3.
Tombstone.
What was that?
Tombstone.
No. And by the way, we have to do a cutoff on theme music after like 3 strikes, or at least.
Oh no, it's got to be after 1.
Okay, after 1. Okay,
so one shot.
I like that. I like that.
I got a trivia question for you in the next segment.
That's fine. All right, 31, and I'll give you a 3rd and a 5th.
That feels a little
and you
rich
get
for me.
Okay,
just for me. You know. That's all.
I mean so the Eagles dropping back to 31 and getting a 3rd and a 5th to give up A.J. Brown?
If I'm New England, I don't want to give up all that.
To get A.J. Brown?
No, I don't want to give. I don't want to give up. I don't feel like I have to give up all that. I really don't. I'd want to keep my 1st round pick, whoever I am, and maybe you could talk me into a 2. Let's start
I'm
there.
letting you
3.
keep it. You're just sliding down the ladder.
I get that. But I'm just saying, like, without that scenario, like just starting from the ground up, like I think we could start with a 2 somewhere, and then maybe a 3, and then whatever else you want to get him.
Are the Eagles asking themselves, we have a 1,000-yard receiver in A.J. Brown, but he's a problem on a bi-weekly bit, whatever. He's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
We know we're much better with him. Right?
Sure.
We're weighing.
We won a Super Bowl with the guy.
Yeah, so I don't really know.
They may be
I would try to talk. I mean, Shefty, we asked Shefty this week. He's like, I wouldn't trade him. They may not want to trade him.
I wouldn't either, but it seems to me like he is ready to move on, and I think their belief in Devontae Smith might be a big thing for them.
You think Jalen Hurts wants to move him? Because if their relationship's busted, then you probably have to move him. And I don't know if Jalen Hurts would admit that.
Yeah, if you're the owner and you talk to him, you're Sirianni, you sit down with Jalen Hurts, and you get the vibe coming out of that meeting that the leader of the franchise is good. Like, hey, like I've just had enough. It's a grind. Yeah, then you have to seriously consider doing this. But I think when you have 2 guys like this, the 2 receivers that they have, I think that can play into a little bit of your thought process and your decision making to move on from a guy like this because you have a number 1 in-house already.
Yeah. Boy, it's interesting when these guys in the offseason drop these nonverbal hints and try to play both sides. I don't know whether their agent is happy about it or like, hey, ziplock on the free agent stuff.
I don't know.
Let me do my job.
But I love it because I love the drama of the offseason.
And he's not. I know he'd have to be traded, so he's a little bit different. And that's why even more you want the gag order on that.
Right.
All right, we'll come back with Pressure Cooker. Who's going in? Find out. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Dude on dude stuff, man.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
It's Skyway time at Skyline Chili. Come get your Skyline 3, 4, or 5-way with 50% extra cheese at no extra charge. Regular and large ways only at participating Skyline restaurants for a limited time.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Right now, buy 2 windows and get 2 free and 0% financing for 36 months, plus $500 off your project. Restrictions apply. Call 614-502-5220. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Just thinking about how prices have gone up stresses me out. Everything's too expensive.
Yeah, but it's all good.
What's your deal?
What's my deal? I saved at Metro by T-Mobile with no activation fees. And I got 4 lines for just $25 each.
Wow.
And 4 free new Samsung Galaxy A17 5G. And no ID required.
Get that more for your money feeling. Only at Metro. Visit your store today. Just bring your numbers. Not available if you've been with Metro or T-Mobile in the past 180 days.
Imagine this. You're charging through untamed trails, wind whipping by, owning every twist. That's the 2025 Ford Bronco calling your name. Score 4.9% APR for 60 months, $2,500 retail cash, and up to $3,000 if ditching your Jeep. With unstoppable power and go-anywhere grit, why settle for ordinary? Capital Ford Columbus has your back for any credit. Pre-approve online in a flash. Rush to Capital Ford Columbus in Whitehall today or visit capitalfordcolumbus.com.
Get your furnace fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or give us a call and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
Morning Juice is now live on YouTube. Join Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Thidoff weekday mornings from 6 to 8.
Just search 971 The Fan to catch the live experience or watch on demand.
The Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We are looking at sunny to partly cloudy skies here for your Friday, but turning windy and colder here as we go through the day. Winds are gusting up over 40 miles per hour, and that's ushering in some much colder air as temperatures fall down into the 30s and 40s here by this afternoon. And we are tracking that chill here as we head into the weekend. More sunshine and highs in the mid-40s here for tomorrow. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
Just when you thought afternoons couldn't get any dumber.
You fellas been doing a bit of boozing, have you?
Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
Your home for dumb. The Fan. Rothman and Ice present Under Pressure.
Sponsored by 3D Cabinetry. 3dcabinetry.net, where quality meets affordability.
All right, a little cooker time, Maddie. I put this team in the pot. I don't know. It seems like a few times last month. I'll keep doing it because I think it matters. And it's weird to say that a team has to go undefeated and then more. Like there's this thought that if Miami loses a game, they're not getting in the big dance.
Could get dicey.
And if they lose a game even before a championship game in their conference, they won't get in.
Jeez.
They really have to run the table completely.
That's ridiculous.
So they play Bowling Green tonight. And it may not. Like, things may work out differently.
Yeah.
But Miami's won 26 straight games. 29 straight at home, I believe. And here comes Bowling Green. So, now, you would think Miami's favored. They should win the game. Like I said, 29 straight at home. They're averaging about 92 a game, shooting 40% from beyond the arc. Bowling Green has also lost their last 4 night games against AP-ranked opponents. I don't even know. Why does it matter if it's at night?
Sometimes those matinees get a little dicey. You know, the guys go out night before. You know what I mean? Little party, hit the bar. You never know what you get a little matinee.
Here's why the pressure's on. The road team has won 3 of the last 4 games between Bowling Green and Miami. So Bowling Green has that to lean on. Bowling Green ranks 23rd amongst D1 teams for defensive rating this season. Okay. They rank 33rd among D1 teams for opponent assist to turnover ratio this season. So analytics that may or may not mean anything. They have 5 road wins this season, and they're pretty good on both ends of the floor. Would I be shocked to see this go into the last 5 minutes? I would not be. Bowling Green is a top 50 shooting team in terms of field goal percentage, top 100 in defensive points allowed. I don't think this is not a garbage Bowling Green team. Now, Miami's been almost undefeated where it counts also against the spread, which is ridiculous. So not only undefeated, they're 17-6 against the number.
Covering all day,
But I do think now this isn't about just winning. They have to be undefeated. Wow. It's a horrible amount of pressure. Yeah. It's a weird spot to be. The only good news for them is they'll be favored in every game they play. Okay. And here we are again tonight hosting Bowling Green.
I'm here for it. I like it. First candidate for me, I am starting with you in the world of college basketball, specifically locking in on A.J. DeBanza and the BYU Cougars, because it's getting a little spooky right now for them. Big time game tomorrow at the crib. They are hosting Iowa State. And you look at BYU's resume, and while, yes, they are the 23rd ranked team in the country, they're 19-7 right now. I think there's a bunch of pressure on them to just lock in to gain any type of confidence before we get into March Madness. They've lost 5 of their last 7. The second best player on the team in Saunders is out for the year, so that's obviously a very tough blow. They only have 1 ranked win this year, and it was against Wisconsin on November 21st. They haven't beaten a single ranked Big 12 opponent yet. And the only other ranked matchup they have outside of the one against the Cyclones tomorrow is Texas Tech at home on March 7th, which they should have a good chance of getting that dub because JT Toppin tore his ACL and he's out for the year. And so they got to get going. A.J. DeBanza's got a great basketball career ahead of him, but the boosters invested heavily in this year's basketball team over there in BYU. So tomorrow they got to show something at home, late tip, 10:30 on ESPN. And so the sophomore Robert Wright, he stepped up in Saunders' absence. He's got to continue to play at a high level alongside DeBanza. But AR, they got to rack up, I think, one of these ranked wins before we get in the tournament play just for their confidence. So I'm going the BYU Cougars and A.J. DeBanza. They're on the pressure list going into the weekend.
All right, we'd have the same amount of pressure whether Canada won or not. I think if Canada, actually there'd be more pressure if Canada got upset by Finland, because then we'd be looking at it as, okay.
Print the shirts.
Well,
what I'd be saying.
I hope not. Slovakia comes into the semifinal in a couple hours with 0 pressure. There's no game pressure at all. They're not supposed to win. Their goal, Slovakia's goal, was to get to the quarterfinal. They did that. They have one of the thinnest rosters in terms of like NHL players. I think they have 7 of them. And so we know where the pressure is. The pressure to reach the gold medal game, we did not come here to win bronze.
Talk about it.
All right? Let's call it like it is.
Yeah.
The pressure to reach the gold medal game, I think, is immense. So immense that Las Vegas has them as a minus 750 or about 80. That implies to about 88% chance to win this game today. Now, their offense was held down by Sweden. They did not score on their power play opportunities. They only got 1 past Markstrom during the 60 minutes of reg, and then we saw Quinn Hughes win it, which was awesome.
So we're due?
Hellebuck, yes. Okay. Well, I think so. Okay. Hellebuck was, I think, the most important player in that win because certainly it took more than 57 minutes for Sweden to finally get a goal past him. And the U.S. might not even made it out of the quarterfinals without how good he was. So all the pressure's on us, and I'm not going to predict anything too much. In the back of my mind, I think we can hold them down pretty good today. I really do. But the pressure is crazy now because we got to hold up our end of the bargain. We're supposed to win, and I'll put it on Team USA. They already know it's there. But as I said, the current odds right now are minus 750 to win the game.
Do me a favor and text Lars and tell him, Matty, I said, we're printing the shirts over here right now.
No, you were printing the shirts only if Canada lost, right?
I'm tempted to do it now, the way I'm feeling. But I'm not going to do that to us. We got a big-time game coming up here in about an hour and a half.
We have to get the job done now.
I agree. We got to get there, man. Come on, fellas. Get it done. Second candidate for me, or candidates, I should say. St. Elmo's is going to be popping off next week. There's going to be a lot of people in downtown Indy because of the NFL Combine. It seems to me that there aren't a lot of people that really love this quarterback class right now. You know, it's seeming like it's Ty Simpson, and it's seeming like it's Mendoza as the guys that are probably going to go in the first round. But I think there's opportunities to be had here for the guys that are going to be in Indy starting on Monday, whether that's Carson Beck, whether that's Luke Altmaier, Joey Aguilar, Garrett Nussmeier, like Diego Pavia. These guys are going to be over there at the Combine doing all the meetings, doing all, the throwing drills and everything that happens over there in Indy. But maybe one of these guys can start their offseason off and become the quarterback 3. And I'm only mentioning quarterback 3. I'm not saying that because I think these guys are going to be first-round picks. But I think you can separate yourself starting next week over there in Indy. And maybe you are a second-round pick, third-round pick for a team that is quarterback needy. So I just think Haynes King, Clade Klubnik, all these guys that are going to be there, you got a chance to level up. So I think there's a decent amount of pressure on those guys to have a really good week and a really good throwing session out there on the turf next week at the Combine. So the quarterback class over at the Combine for 2026, those guys are on the pressure list for me right now.
All right, I am taking it out to the coast, and we'll go to the Genesis Invitational at the Riv in Pacific Palisades, and I'm putting it on one Rory McIlroy, who started out great yesterday with 5 under. And we know about his recent history. He's won 3 times, highlighted by that win at the Masters last year. Only the 6th player ever to complete the career Grand Slam. And his other 2 wins came at Pebble Beach and at the Players. But I do feel like he still hasn't won at Riviera. And so this is probably one of the few remaining tournaments he would love to finally hold the trophy, Memorial especially. And he ranks 3rd in distance, and this course just got extended to about 7,400 yards. Here's the reason I think the pressure's on. Because Scheffler's off to a really bad start. And similar to like how we look at brackets busting open, like he's the guy. I mean, Scheffler hasn't finished worse than tied for 8th since the Players last year. I mean, he's gone tied for 3rd, tied for 4th in his last 2 starts. He's had terrible opening rounds, and he never goes away. And at Riviera, Scheffler's been tied for 7th, T12, T10, T3. And it feels like he wants to hold that trophy for the first time. But McIlroy right now he tees off about 3 o'clock. He's 5 under, and Scheffler's 3 over.
Okay.
He's got an 8-stroke head start. And don't know if either one of them will win it. But Rory's in great position now out of the gate. So I'm going to put it on Rory because this could, mind you, a Scheffler-less contention. We'll see.
Last candidate for me. And this is for Adam King because he put me on an assignment earlier this week. It's the creators of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Because now I'm caught up. AR, it's only been 5 or 6 episodes. They're not that long. It's been really, really good. But the reason why I'm putting the creators of this show on the pressure list is because all of us Game of Thrones fans, when we hear about finales, we get a little spooked out a little bit because of what happened with the original series and how that last season of the series was a little bit of a dud. So they got to run through the tape here. My boy Sir Duncan the Tall and Egg, the dynamic duo of this show, has been awesome to watch. So AK was absolutely right. This show was really, really good. This will be episode 6 on Sunday night. Finish the job. They do this well. It'll be another good chapter in the world of Westeros. So the creators of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, you're on the pressure list this weekend.
All right. Well done. We'll come back in 2 minutes. And a certain team's expectations seem to have been tied to their schedule. Why? We'll talk about it next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
It's Timmy Hall here stepping in for the common man. You see, he decided to go to Italy when his Jermaine spot was due. Must be nice. You know what else is nice? Jermaine's month-long President's Day sale at all the locations listed at GoJermaine.com. This month, all qualified pre-owned vehicles come with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty. On top of the $1,000 price promise, no one will sell you a car for less. Nearly 4,000 vehicles, 30 brands, one website. You can only find the savings and that warranty at GoJermaine.com. Hope you enjoyed your cured meats, common man.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Matty was a big Browns fan. Scratch that, we mean he's a big fan of the former Browns. Oh, yeah? The Baltimore Ravens. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, back at it. By the way, Mick Cronin apologized.
What's so funny, guys?
To his own player, not the reporter, apparently.
So we're coming back from break, and AR's letting TLC know that he found some audio from Mick Cronin. He's like, we're trying to figure out, where we could play that for you guys. And, he's talking through the talkback machine here, and I hear the music playing, and I just hear TLC go, hey, we're coming back from break. You're on the air.
All right, well, that's good. That's a good producer. He told me I was on the air.
Hey, man, look, sometimes I was trying to make sure that we didn't have a repeat of either Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever day it was, where there was a
caught in the John,
where there was a 10-second buffer of music.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to cut it down to 5 seconds.
Which you didn't think was a very long time, but in radio, that's an eternity.
When you didn't know that I was coming back.
Oh my goodness!
I could have been upstairs just talking for all you know.
10 seconds in radio AR of just silence is like death. Like Fish probably started panicking.
Well, the music was playing.
I feel weird listening to our theme music for 10 seconds.
But to not hear the host for 10 seconds, that's a long time.
Try listening to some other shows. There's like 60 seconds of music. Here's the deal. We're not going to play all this, and maybe we'll do it at the top of the hour. It was a 4-minute apology, uninterrupted.
Did he apologize to the media member?
I don't believe he did.
Talk down to?
No, I don't believe he did. I think he apologized to his own player.
He can move around then. I'm good on Mick.
Like, dude, come on, man. You got to figure that out.
I actually meant to ask you that a couple segments ago when you said, I like characters, good or bad. Do you like Mick Cronin?
I like characters that don't talk down to people and use their power in the way that he tried to use it. That's what I like.
Raising your voice at me? Come on, dude.
Yeah. You raising your voice?
I'm like, come
he
on.
kind of had
there's
like
people around here. I mean, it's cameras here. I mean, you want us to play it back for you? Come on. I mean, that was such a. Oh man, it's unbelievable.
Get hot and bothered, Rothman. Let's go.
It's such a bully mentality in the moment. So I think if he didn't use this 4 minutes to say, and the way I handled it after the game, I was just all up in my own head. And when I was asked about the fans yelling at me or hanging over what the is zone, how that is, I don't want to hear that. Like he
told the man it's the stupidest question he's ever been asked. That's what he told
the guys. And then when the guy didn't cower and take a knee and go into a corner and say, "Oh, Mr. Cronin, I'm sorry."
Exactly.
Like when he didn't do that, and he said, "Okay, I'll take that." Yeah. Like it was
that
was
pissed
the
him off.
Yes, it was the sarcastic jab response that he didn't like, and that's when he completely deflected to what he thought was an ace in the hole, which is when the guy raised his voice a little bit. You raised your voice
at me?
What if the reporter said, "This is the way I talk"? You got a problem with it?
I would have loved that.
And then he threw like a come on dude that kind of sounded like Ian Fitzsimmons.
You played, man. Come on, dude.
Yeah, you raising your voice at me? Come on, dude.
4 minutes. So apologizing to your own player
for what?
Well, so I know we can't play right now because he can't get that all done now.
I think
he said he got to send it off. He's got to send it off some production team and get it back.
Hey, we have associate producers too.
I said just play it for 60 seconds. Here's why. Here's why. And this is a little bit old school. Even with fiery coaches, I've noticed this, especially noticed it in Bad News Bears. When Roy Turner, when his pitcher threw at Engelberg, and what are you trying to kill that kid? No, Dad, it just got away. Don't lie to me. And you get slapped on the mound. So I think that's what happened here. I think Cronin's team was getting smacked. Game's over. They're down 25. Game's over.
Yeah.
Guy's going in on a break. And he thought that his player, Steven Jamerson II, undercut him. Like it was a dirty play. It wasn't just a competition play. He thought it was a dirty play. Not that a dirty play is good when the game's not a blowout, right? It's never good.
You never want to have that.
And I think he used it as a way a little bit, because I want to give him credit, but I don't.
I honestly don't have a problem with that.
Because a dirty.
No, with him throwing his guy out. If that's what he's apologizing for, I don't think he needs to apologize for
That's what he is apologizing for, because he watched the tape afterward, and he did not think it was a dirty play. He got a flagrant one. He got an F1 for it, but he didn't think it was what he thought it was in the moment.
So you're telling me he's not apologizing to his player for, and maybe in his mind, embarrassing his own player? That's not what this apology is?
He's apologizing to his own player for what he thought was disparaging the UCLA brand on a national level at the moment.
By doing
down 25 and just going full dirty player on Michigan State's guy. And that's when Cronin said, "You don't deserve to sit on this bench right now. You're going to the locker room."
Which I don't have a problem with.
Okay, well, he now, after watching the tape, feels he judged it incorrectly, that his player wasn't trying to be dirty or to cause an injury, that he was just competing. And when he saw it in replay, he rethought it. Now, that's giving him a lot of credit. Maybe he felt like it was so over the top. I need this guy. It was probably so condescending to his own player to send him to the locker room rather than put him on the end of the bench that he probably rethought it. But I'll let you hear it later when we get the production team.
The associate producer is on the case right now.
But I was waiting in this 4 minutes for him to respond to the apologize to the reporter. And the way I handled postgame was wrong, too. I don't think he did that.
And that's the interesting thing, too, is that he's apologizing to the media. Well, he's apologizing to a player in front of the media.
He's using the media to get his right.
But I assume that he's already apologized to the player. And so it would almost make more sense in that setting for him to apologize to the media member in the media availability.
I hope that media member was there.
Think that media member was a UCLA guy.
Oh, really?
I'm assuming it was a Michigan State guy. He's asking about the zone.
No, but
you know, is that?
I'm guessing.
He wasn't in a formal press conference setting, though. That was like
It was in the hallway with a scrum.
A back alley scrum.
It was a scrum. And my bet is, and I don't know this for a fact, that the kid that asked him about what'd you think of the zone and the fans yelling and this and that had to be somebody that maybe covers Sparty that wanted to get some kind of soundbite about this atmosphere and how tough or difficult it is.
Yeah, who knows?
Well, yeah, probably. That does sound like a Michigan State-based question. But I know when he was here, he did a one-on-one in the hallway with some LA Times guy who was the only UCLA representative of the media. And so the fact that he wasn't in a formal press conference setting, the way that he also was not in the formal press conference setting when he was here at Ohio State a month ago or whatever that was, that kind of made me think maybe it's just the hometown journalist. I don't know.
I'm wondering. I told you guys he was going to apologize, but I got it wrong. I thought he was going to kind of mend fences with the media a little bit. That's not who he is, I guess. And then the other thing about it, I think he thought about just how penetrating that is when you are wrong about one of your players and you embarrass him. He felt unjustly on national TV by sending him to the locker room, and now you feel like that was wrong.
I actually thought it was pretty funny. I thought because and it's really hard to always judge intent, right? With some of these things, like sometimes it could just be so blatant where certain guys are like, okay, yeah, he tried to hurt that guy or he really tried to do that. It kind of gets me into the unwritten rules part of like sports itself, to where that player seemed to be ticked off that the guy from Michigan State was going to dunk that basketball and, hey, take it easy on us because you guys already beat us bad enough. I can't handle it.
You think it's like a flag planting?
I just thought that was kind of weak.
While the game's still going on?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weak. Like, you have the entire game to stop them. Don't be mad now after you've been getting your butt whooped the entire contest. So I can't stand that, especially in basketball. Yeah. Like, this is big time stuff. Suck it up. Like, I think that's what it was, is that he was frustrated. He was trying to hit him with a hard foul and was kind of crying a little bit because he knew this guy was going down the floor. And what do you want the guy to do? Turn around and dribble out the shot clock? Like, at that point, no, we got to play. So I just can't stand the babying of emotions when it comes to competition in that lane. I don't like that.
From which side?
From the UCLA side. Like, them being upset that he was going to dunk the basketball at the time when they're down big. I don't like that in basketball. Like, you have the whole game to stop me. Don't get mad now. Do better.
Clock's still running.
That's where I'm at. Like,
game's still playing. Yeah, but a lot of time at the end of the games, these guys just dribble it out.
But like, he's on a fast.
They don't owe them that. No, they don't owe him that.
On a fast break, what do you want him to do? I guess
I'm gonna have to go back and watch the play. But
you think that you should be worried about the other team's emotion, like how they feel?
No, not necessarily. But I feel like this is more about whether Cronin humiliated his own player unjustly.
No, I get that, but I'm just asking you, like, when teams are up big, like, you as a competitor, you're worried about the other team and how they feel?
I'm not worried about it from that standpoint, but I feel like if we've done enough the game is over,
keep going.
I think the idea is to safely just secure the victory, and I don't need to showboat or to
I don't think it's showboating to just continue
to
play, I guess. Like, I think there's a difference between showboating and continuing to play.
I guess if I'm keeping my starters in under a minute and I'm up 25, I think that's piling on.
That's on the coach. And I think a lot of times they'll get their guys out of there. But I just think for the guys that are playing at the time.
Oh, yeah, like, listen, the backups of the other team are in or whatever, and you want them to not just stand out there like warm bodies. Like, they're in there for a reason to try to get some experience. But, I don't know, playing to the horn and playing to the whistle when you're up a lot of points and you know the game's over and we're in the final minute of the game or final 2 minutes of the game. I don't know. It just kind of draws it out for me, but
I just, what does that look like though, AR? Like, how do you go about that on offense? What do you do? Just here's the ball.
Use most of the shot clock and then
throw up a heave.
Fire one up at the buzzer. I'm with you. I'm not going to go crazy about it. It's not something, I don't love it. I think we've lost a lot of sportsmanship in general in sports. And that maybe that's, I don't know, maybe I'm being weak by saying it.
No, you're not being weak, and I actually think there's more sportsmanship than you think.
Is there?
Happens. Yeah, I think a lot of times, like, a lot of sports guys are dapping up after the game.
Well, maybe I'm getting caught up in just all the, there's so much self-promoting and the trash talking, and I caught a ball that was thrown right in my hands, and I got a first down by falling over forward, and I've got to get up and do all this stuff. I just feel like if you got to convince yourself that you need that emotion to play with. And I'm kind of questioning whether you're even wired right to begin with.
But I think there's been guys like that need that. Like Michael Irvin was one of those guys. Like, it's just, I don't think there's a ton of guys that do that. I may be wrong in that, but I just think there's more sportsmanship that I see post-game in sports. Throughout the game, there's always going to be that.
True.
But I think post-game, there seems to be a lot of camaraderie amongst guys around the world of sports.
I feel like there's now... The defensive guys are trying to catch up to the offensive guys, meaning they've seen the offensive guys get up and point first down forever now. So if I just get a finger on a pass and deflect something, I feel like I've made the play of the game.
Seatbelt.
And I gotta, like, everything's like,
you're in the seatbelt. I gotta let you know.
My goodness.
Not over here.
We'll come back with the Buckeye Bulletin and Julian Sayin, what are the expectations now? Year 2. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
The sound of Paul Keel's calling a Buckeye game is erotic.
Oh, yes.
Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Dr. Mark Levy can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring. Sleep better. Live better.
Got this. Breathe. Breathe. You got this. You got this.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
Many times, a person hires a law firm after an injury without doing research. It can be a big mistake or not. Sometimes, after you have hired a certain lawyer, you realize you made a certain mistake. But guess what? Just because you hire them doesn't mean you can't fire them. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you think you've hired the wrong firm, you may have. So do this. Google Morgan & Morgan results or visit forthepeople.com for cases just like yours. You may find that our full-service injury firm should have been your choice in the first place. Last year, almost 12,000 people discharged their law firm and hired us after further research. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason. Visit forthepeople.com today and let's get started. Or call Pound Law on your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-718-4040. That's 800-718-4040. 800-718-4040.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Listen up. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Dr. Mark Levy's been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results. And now he has an office in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
It's Skyway time at Skyline Chili. Come get your Skyline 3, 4, or 5-way with 50% extra cheese at no extra charge. Regular and large ways only at participating Skyline restaurants for a limited time.
Get your day started with T-Bone and Tybus weekday mornings from 6 to 9 here on The Fan. You think that a radio lifer and a national title winner wouldn't have much in common, but you'd be wrong. They're both girthy, they both love football, and they both get racially profiled for completely different reasons. It's like driving to work with your friends, except these friends give away tickets to things and talk to all the important people in town. Your actual friends are probably a bunch of losers. Well, anyway, listen to T-Bone and Tybus live on The Fan app, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Working your way through that home projects list, more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Call the Waterworks, trusted and certified plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like Chew This Gum and It Grows New Teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Airflow Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Buy 4 windows and get 4 free plus an extra 10% off from windownation.com.
We've talked a lot about Ohio State's schedule. I feel it's being almost tied to their expectations, and I don't know why. And what I mean by that is Like, if people think Ohio State could lose 3 regular season games, does that mean that they feel that they're not worthy of winning at all? It's a gauntlet. Because
one of my homies loves that, by the way.
I feel like
he loves that drop.
That's all I saw when their schedule came out was, good luck with this. And, like, suddenly Ohio State is like the little engine that could. And, I feel like, could they lose a couple games? Yeah, they've got it. They've got a competitive schedule. But for me, it hasn't changed my expectations because I think when you have this talent and you get into the tournament and you don't even have to protect a goose egg anymore, sometimes going into the playoff not undefeated is better.
Yeah, so we've seen that bye hit. The bye's kind of hit or miss for some teams.
Indiana was the outlier of all outliers.
It just started steamrolling with Bama right up there at the Rose Bowl. But we saw last year that some of those teams with the bye came out of that thing a little cold, right? A little sluggish. And so,
like a wet sponge.
I don't know what the exact science is and what all these coaches would prefer, but I absolutely hear what you're saying, man.
All right, so we'll see. We don't have their over-under yet on wins, but
I got this quote for you from Joel Klatt. And this is when the schedules dropped, about a month ago, a few weeks ago, whenever that was. He said the loser of the conference schedule lottery, that's Ohio State. Ohio State, by a wide margin, has what I would consider to be the toughest schedule in the Big Ten.
It's a gauntlet.
That's Joel Klatt, one of the biggest voices of the sport, throwing it out there that it is, in fact, a gauntlet. And like I said yesterday.
What are they going to be preseason this year, Ohio State?
Top 5.
Okay. They're going to be top 5 lock.
Top 5. Yeah, they'll be top 5, but that doesn't take away from the teams that I think are coming their way. It's you got to admit the schedule's a lot tougher than last year on paper right now.
And I do admit this because of the Texas, Indiana, Oregon, those will all be top 10 teams preseason.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if anybody else, truly, I don't know this, I haven't looked, will have a schedule this year that will have 3 preseason top 10s. Potentially 3 preseason top 5s.
Yeah, that's in play.
Is that would be in play, right? Texas, Indiana, and Oregon?
Yeah, that's in play. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
It's just the expectations, though, for us don't change, though, right? Even though this is a very tough schedule and it's competitive and they may not go undefeated, it doesn't change.
What exactly are your expectations?
They are a championship or bust team again. And I know they got to beat Michigan, and they solved a lot of that. They solved that problem last year. But I look at this as when you have a Heisman finalist and the best receiver in the game, I know you have to reload a little bit, certainly on the defensive line, and you've got a star running back that could be back, that's back. Offensive line needs to, obviously, we got to see that. But you would never take championship off the table.
Championship or bust is a little heavy for me right now to look at the season maybe as a bit of a failure if they don't win the Natty.
Isn't it a compliment to them, though?
No, it's
that in my mind, I'm feeling like that anything less than that, they'll feel unsatisfied?
I don't know. I don't know, but I think for me, Natty or bust, I'm not there yet.
You want to go? You don't want to go full Will Howard?
Man, they were embracing that. Like in the late portions of summer, and they were right. Look, they were proven right, but this year, AR, I'm not Natty or bust yet.
Okay.
I know for sure what you're saying because they have the talent.
Is the schedule doing that to you, or if you didn't know the schedule, you'd feel that way?
It's a great question because I think I'm trying to separate the two.
Because my whole point of this whole conversation is I feel like the people saying they could lose 3 games has not affected my expectation of them.
It's not. Yeah, I hear what you're saying because my mind is now going to. It's not the schedule because if I can take the talent that they have and drop it into that bracket, they can go on and win a national championship. Okay. So, yeah, it's not the schedule for me.
Julian Sayin's going to be, this is it, right? Trying to avoid whatever they call a sophomore slump and all that. And he certainly, when the defense is ramped up, he had a little harder time processing that. Wasn't all his fault. The offensive line was up against a couple of beasts in Indiana and Miami. And it's not like those games were landslides. Ohio State could have won both of them. They didn't. But obviously, Sayin as a guy building off these numbers is going to be difficult. And a new offensive scheme, we'll see, with Arthur Smith and using more of the multiple tight end formations and all that. I think it's going to be a very interesting season for him because I go back and You don't have his numbers in front of you, do you, Maddie?
Cook that up for you real
Julian
quick.
Sayin from last year and how incredible the numbers were up until
3,610 passing yards, 32 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 77% completion percentage.
All right. So a bad year for him would be like 3,000 passing yards and 70% and 25 touchdowns.
Which is still
that would be not a bad year. I didn't mean that.
I know what you're saying.
A bad year compared to what he just did.
Right.
So
right.
I think there should be a little bit of regression, but nothing. But I also think what he loses in stats, he's going to gain with his experience.
Yeah,
and I think the schedule, real fast.
Yeah.
This is the schedule he didn't have last year. He had Texas, and he came through it real quickly, and he played really well. I don't want to take anything away from him other than this schedule might prepare him better for the playoffs.
Lars was in here yesterday talking about a team in Canada, a team in USA. When you face some resistance before seeing each other, that can be a good thing. So to your point, I think you're absolutely right. And I think Julian got that taste in the playoff against Indiana and Miami. And so to go in the offseason going up against programs like that, I think can absolutely benefit him with the God-given talent he already has and now the determination he's going to have to correct that wrong. Will not be surprised if it's a maybe even better year statistically. Maybe the completion percentage drops a little bit, but maybe the touchdowns and yards can go up.
You got this soundbite from Coach Day on Sayin?
I do. Here it is.
I said this before. Not too many guys his age have been to New York City, and so a lot of those guys, when you're a Heisman Trophy finalist or had the year that he had. At his age, usually, it's kind of, you learn things. I think he learned some things at the end of the year. So now you're going to have a more veteran guy who's played some football before, not going into these first few games, where it's just his first game. You think about his first start was at Texas, and you think about everything he did last year was for the first time. That's not going to be the case anymore. And you've seen our schedule, you've seen our road schedule and what we have next year, but it's certainly going to help having somebody that's been through it before and have some experience.
Well, obviously meant the game was here, but the one now he has to go to Texas this year after the
Can't wait for that.
real ramp up against Ball State.
Yeah, that's awesome. Exactly. That big time ramp up game against Ball State. And that was, credit our guy, Uncle Dom. Dom caught up with him on the Buckeye cruise there. And it's about a 5-minute interview. And I think Dom tweeted out. So if you want to hear more from Coach Day, go ahead and follow Uncle Dom on social media.
All right, we're going to come back top of the hour. We'll get into a deep dive. And will a certain quarterback be on the block for real? We'll talk about that next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Catch T-Bone and Tyvus weekday mornings from 6 to 9. If you're not completely satisfied, we'll rewind time and erase your brain. For real, the Fan.
I started my first business when I was 12, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I learned if you do the job right, people trust you and customers care that you show up and do what you say you're going to do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts and spring's guaranteed to last a lifetime. When you care about the people you serve, you work harder and it shows. Call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com.
When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
Take action and get expert service from Logan Services. Heating service calls are just $79. Furnace tune-ups are also $79. And plumbing service calls are just $79. We work in your neighborhood, and scheduling online is quick and easy. So visit our website to book your appointment now. For fast, friendly service, choose Logan Services.
If you're shopping for an engagement ring or wedding bands, timing matters, and Wedding Weekend is designed for that moment. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Seller. February 27th and 28th, enjoy preferred bridal pricing on select wedding and anniversary bands with advantages up to 30% off, plus special no-interest financing on engagement rings. We guarantee the best price year-round, and Wedding Weekend adds an exclusive advantage you won't find anywhere else. Join us February 27th and 28th at Diamond Seller on Selma Road or at Easton Town Center.
Germain Honda of Dublin cares about your vehicle and your time, and they do that with same-day service with no appointment necessary. Sell them your vehicle at their buying center and get paid as soon as the same day. Shop great lease and finance offers on all the Honda favorites, like the Passport, the Odyssey, and the redesigned Pilot. Service it, sell it, or drive something new. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270, or online at germainhondaofdublin.com.
It's a new year,
Ready for a fresh start or career reboot? At My Computer Career, prep for a more recession-resistant future in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, in months, not years, including AI. Whether you're starting out or switching careers, no prior training is needed. Attend school online from home or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu to take the free career evaluation today. mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
At ADP, we know you want your landscape business to succeed, but we don't know anything about landscaping. ADP only knows how to handle the business of your small business. So if ADP focuses on the payroll and the HR, while you focus on the land and the scaping, success should follow. Just don't expect us to know all about Kentucky bluegrass, zero-turn cutting, or what to do with a woodchuck. That's for you to figure out. Let ADP help your small business focus on the part of the business you're good at. ADP for small business.
It's Timmy Hall here stepping in for the common man. You see, he decided to go to Italy when his Germain spot was due. Must be nice. You know what else is nice? Germain's month-long President's Day sale at all the locations listed at GoGermain.com. This month, all qualified pre-owned vehicles come with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty. On top of the $1,000 price promise, no one will sell you a car for less. Nearly 4,000 vehicles, 30 brands, one website. You can only find the savings and that warranty at GoGermain.com. Hope you enjoyed your cured meats, common man.
Reds are on the radio.
And he caught it. No way. What a grab. Noelvi Marte.
Ellie De La Cruz is on his horse, and they're waving him to the house.
Suarez swings. He drives this. It is gone. Eugenio Suarez puts the Reds on top.
With an old friend back in the clubhouse, it's time for spring training baseball. Hear the action on your home of the Reds.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. Canada punched its ticket to the Olympic men's hockey gold medal game, scoring 3 unanswered to beat Finland 3-2 earlier this afternoon. With 35 seconds left in the third, Nathan McKinnon one-timed the game-winning goal for the Canadians, who will face the winner of USA and Slovakia, which will drop the puck at 3:10. Top 25 college hoops tonight. 26-0 and number 22 Miami, Ohio hosts Bowling Green. Number 7 Purdue greets Indiana. And number 18 St. Louis welcomes VCU. NBA tonight, Cavs look to win 7 straight when they visit the Hornets at 7. College baseball, Ohio State and Louisiana Tech tied at no score through 2 innings for Memphis, Tennessee. Buckeyes face Memphis in game 2 of a doubleheader at 6. This update sponsored by Germain Toyota. For unbeatable service and sales, visit Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road or online at germaintoyota.net. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and I feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
All right, final hour of the program. Adam Jardy will join us at 2:30. We'll talk Buckeye hoops as they get ready to go to Sparty Land this weekend, this Sunday, in yet another big game. Is Maddie calling it a must-win?
You're so funny for doing that.
No, I'm asking you.
He saw me talking to UTLC.
No, I really did. Honestly, I didn't. No, I really didn't.
But no, I heard you.
It's been a hell of a half hour.
It really has.
Honestly,
we spent an entire segment teasing audio that we're going to hear 30 minutes after the fact. Then Rothman and I can't figure out what's going to make it on the air when. And now he's asking you questions when you're talking to me.
Hey, I
did not know you were talking.
I'm just joking. No, it's all good. I'm joking because I was trying to tell him some audio we wanted to play. Let's just save it for Tell the Truth. Okay. But I did hear you because I'm always locked into what you're saying, my man. And this, yes, is a must-win game. Every game for them the rest of the way is must-win. They need every resume boost that they can get. No doubt one of the tougher places to play in.
I think if they lose this game and, I don't know, beat Iowa, beat Penn State, beat Indiana, I don't.
See, it's funny
because it automatically doesn't get them in. They can't lay an egg at the Big Ten tournament, but I think if you rack up another 3 wins before they.
I think that's tough. With where they are right now, especially
what Lenardi says, got to go to Lenardi,
especially without Mobley, and we don't know what that's.
Got him as 11 seed right now.
Well,
they haven't even won the game
yet. I'm just saying. I think Sunday again is a must-win for them. You and I look at must-wins a little differently.
I just don't. I mean, he's got him as an 11 right now. I think as long as you don't completely fall on your face, you probably get in depending on what everybody else does. I know that, but no,
I just don't want to be put in a position to where, like, you got to win this. You got to win 3 of 5 or 3 of 4, whatever that is. That's why I look at this as you got to have this one on Sunday. And I'm not saying it's easy.
I'll ask Jardy. He'll be the tiebreaker.
Okay.
A daily Jardiance at 2:30. We'll have him. I'll ask him. Okay. All right. Is this a must win?
He's probably not going to agree with me, but I'm just saying how I would feel like as a player and what we need to get done. Like, this is a must win for us.
No, whatever he says is what it is.
It's fact.
We must abide by what is written. If he says it, then that's the answer. All right. So the other thing, and we'll get to Mick Crone in about 2:17 because
we
had to sift through 4 minutes of this garbage and try to find 60 seconds that's worth playing about apologizing for humiliating his own player and all that. And I have a theory on this.
Okay. Can't wait.
I got a theory on this, on what he was doing at the end of that game.
You usually have a good feel on these type of things, so I can't wait to hear
Yep, I feel I kind of got a, knowing him.
I got a feeling.
Yeah. Tonight's going to be a good night.
They just,
the
Black Eyed Peas. They just
Peas?
Poof, just, when did they just decide that we're done? Yeah, Fergie.
Yeah.
And then the other 3, like, they were on a little bit of a heater.
Yeah, they're playing all-star games and stuff.
Right, but like I never heard why they just stopped as
cashed
a group.
out, just
made enough money. Like, we're good.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, so C.J. Stroud I wouldn't call him in the news, but there's been a lot of talk around him being, listen, I don't think the Texans need to do anything, nor should they. You have him. You have control right now. Like, there's, unless someone offered you the world for him, and I don't even know what that would be, I understand why TLC Steelers might want to go all in to try to find their next future quarterback. But if the Texans got 2 first-rounders.
I don't think they're doing it.
How about 3?
Man, 3 ones, AR.
3 ones for C.J. Stroud.
See how it's bringing me pause? How it's bringing me pause is how I would think they would start having the conversations. D'Amico Ryans, the GM down there, I still think they would come to no. But who am I trading with, though? I'm big on that.
I don't think either of them would do it, to be honest with you.
I don't either. I think they both have reservations on it. I don't feel like the Texans getting the Steelers' next 3 first-round picks, that's a high cost. But if Stroud turns out to be a guy he was early in his career, then you don't care about those 3 first-round picks. You just landed a franchise quarterback.
Right, but those 3 first-round picks, if it's the Steelers, are all probably going to be 19, 20, and 21. And so then you're just inheriting the problem that the Steelers have if they're not drafting high enough to replace CJ
You'd have to get second-round picks with it. I'd have to add.
To try to move up?
Yeah, I'll add.
But then you need a dance partner to do that.
2 second-round picks.
Okay, well, those still aren't going to be high enough.
You just don't move guys like this. Like, and I think, like, came up with this thing, like, the playoff potion is really strong, right? And sometimes we can overreact to what we see in the postseason, good or bad, right? And I think the playoff potion for C.J. Stroud is not good. And people are kind of turned off. And look, I can understand why it's an alarm to a certain degree, but I think he does have a decent enough body of work right now, I believe, for Houston to still believe in him as their guy, to your point, AR, without really having to financially commit long-term right now either. And so they're not in the worst spot. It's just when you lay an egg or eggs the way that he did, when everybody's watching those games and everybody realizes how important that time of the year is for a football team.
That's right. That's where you're judged.
Right, and that's why I call it the playoff potion, because sometimes that drug can be a little funky. And cannot really tell you the truth all the time to who a guy really is or isn't.
So I'm in your camp. I don't think he is as good as what he originally showed consistently. I also don't think he would ever be as bad as what he showed recently. I think he's probably above the middle with a chance to have a higher ceiling. He's way too young, and I don't think what he did early was an absolute fluke.
No.
But I also think that this would give me alarm on how panicked and weird he looked at the biggest times. That's all learning. I don't think he's a finished product. and Texans shouldn't feel he's a finished product.
Yeah.
Sometimes you are a victim of your own success, and he started out like a house on fire and was incredible, and they realized that they looked at like Bryce Young as, my goodness, we completely won this whole draft thing because they'll be compared forever. And now it's kind of come back to the middle. That race isn't set anymore.
For me, it is.
Bryce Young versus C.J. Stroud.
For me, it is.
You think C.J.'s going to be looked upon years from now as a much rather have him versus what he will eventually be, though?
Yeah, I still think there's a higher upside with CJ.
Probably, with the right team around him.
And that's what I'm talking about with, I think, with some of the playoff potion, too, because what you saw from Bryce Young was like, oh, my goodness, like, now he's officially arrived. And look, they looked the part-ish against that, I think it was the Rams at home in that playoff game, but I'm not going to go get carried away with that yet just either. And I think TLC maybe has some audio. Our guy Chris Sims, who hopped on the show a few weeks ago, he got in on this debate. I think TLC about Bryce Young or CJ Stroud and maybe where he would be leaning right now.
If I said you had to extend one, Bryce Young or CJ Stroud?
Gosh, I would have gone no-brainer CJ Stroud before the playoffs or the end of the regular season. Like, no-brainer.
But what happened here, Chris?
Yeah. I mean, it was questionable towards the end of the regular season. You know, I've had people go, they think his concussion in the middle part of the year was still affecting him. Right? He has been in some different offensive systems. But, man, he really lost his way towards the end of the year. Lost his way with decision-making, feel for the game, the proper type of throws, forgetting what his team was. I mean, I said to Mike Florio before, we were kind of talking about the Patriots. If C.J. Stroud just kneeled on the ball the whole game, Houston probably would have won the football game. If they just kneeled on it. Every play, first, second down, third down, kneel on it. Defense will set us up for a field position at one point. We'll kick a field goal and win the game that way. Like, I'm joking, but I'm not joking. It was that crazy. It was that bad. So I sit here now, I guess, giving the edge to Bryce Young, but don't feel necessarily great about that.
He said something very similar to what Orlovsky said. You win that game with 31 other quarterbacks or 30 other, whatever he said. Remember that?
And then he apologized.
He apologized,
right?
and I don't think he needed to. Now, maybe was it a little harsh, a little over the top? That's what we do. That's what he does. Maybe Orlovsky held himself to a different standard because he played in the league.
And he's in that quarterback brotherhood, too, as a former quarterback himself.
Yeah.
So.
But, by the way, what Chris Sims just said was eerily similar to what Orlovsky said. That you could have put anybody in there who didn't, quote, make a mistake and panic and have a disastrous game, and we win the game. The problem is when you're in the game and you're trying to fight your way out of it and fight your way through it, you have to take risks. Mm-hmm. No one's going to coach that game with we're handing the ball off every play.
And to your point, AR, watching that game, we saw that they couldn't run the ball at all against that New England defense.
Right.
So there was no answers there either. And so this is, I think, one of the hardest things now for an athlete to overcome is because you're in a spot where people are going to watch you throughout the regular season, and you're now the but guy. You're the but what is he going to do in the playoffs? Because it seemed to me that mentally there was a massive roadblock there. And that is a scary thing to where a guy just can't turn that volume down on how loud the negativity is within a game, compartmentalize that, and lock back in. It just didn't seem to be the case in Pittsburgh and definitely wasn't the case in New England. And so this is going to be an uphill climb for him now to get back in the good graces of, I think, Houston fans and just football fans in general to get back to some of the things that we saw right out of the gate. I see the talent. I'm a believer in the talent, and hopefully this is something to where you get knocked down the mountain, you can show that you can climb back up. But him gaining the trust of his teammates and his coaching staff, that's going to be a big-time deal for him, right? Because all the all-season stuff, all the regular season stuff, it matters, but not as matters as much as a team that believes that they should be making noise in the postseason. And so when he comes out of the tunnel for the first time in the next playoff game, they're going to be the graphics of what happened this past year, and he's going to have to try to overcome that and quiet that noise.
Worst thing that's going to happen to a lot of these guys is when you have a really tough first half and you feel like, oh, well, they're definitely going to bounce back.
Yeah.
But then the more you put the ball in harm's way, the more you think, oh, my goodness, here comes another pick. Like, you are now gun-shy. You are shell-shocked. It is not a great feeling.
Yeah.
And he's now felt both. Like, he started out like a house on fire. Bryce Young started out as a bust.
Mm-hmm.
And now they've gone like that. Now, I'm with you. I'm still not going to bet everything I have on a 5'10 quarterback who had a bounce-back year. I'd rather take the ceiling with Stroud versus what I saw in the bounce-back with Young. So I'm with Sims on that. but it's
not a slam dunk.
It's not a slam dunk anymore.
It's not.
All right, we're going to come back and Mick's apology. Yo, Mick. You'll hear it next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Big voice guy here to remind you that you're listening to The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Okay, thanks. I have 3 more seconds. Bye-bye.
I'll tell you what, life is simple. When you feel good, it makes everything better. Hey, it's Anthony, and you may laugh that I go on and on about my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store, but ever since I got them, it's changed my outlook completely. When I know every day my knees, back, hips are going to feel supported and aligned, it carries me to the finish line of my day. You know, I sit enough doing the radio show. I want to be able to go out, walk, basically be on my feet without the pain I was feeling before. This has been such a great journey, knowing that my arch supports from the Good Feet store are not going to just wear out like everything I used to buy over the counter. And maybe the best part, I don't have to choose between what shoes I want to wear. My arch supports go with me. I pop them in any pair that I want to wear. And if you're like me and your lower back hurts, I fully recommend going in, taking the free test walk. You'll feel the difference. The Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway and Stringtown Road in Grove City and at goodfeet.com.
Leaky pipes, no hot water, issues with your sewer or drains? When plumbing problems strike, Logan Services is ready to help you out. We offer free estimates on water heaters, water softeners, and drain lines. Whether it's a surprise leak or an aging water tank, we'll give you an honest recommendation so you can take action fast. Don't wait. Schedule your free plumbing estimate now. Fast, friendly service you trust from Logan Services.
He opens his toolbox before he opens his wallet and believes you can fix anything with 20 minutes and some pride. He's Mr. DIY, and when he needs metal, he goes to metal supermarkets. Artists, hobbyists, machine shops, maintenance professionals, and welders all count on metal supermarkets for over 8,000 metal products, shapes, and grades. If it's metal, they've got it or can get it for you. Cut to any size and ready fast. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-718-4040. That's 800-718-4040. 800-718-4040.
February is Children's Dental Health Month, so make sure you make an appointment for your child to visit an Ohio Dental Association member dentist. ODA member dentists are located throughout the state and are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care, are bound by the highest ethical standards, and have access to superior ongoing education and training. On your next visit, ask if your child's dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association and American Dental Association, so you know you're being treated by the best. To find an ODA dentist in your area, visit ODA.org.
Ohio has over 920,000 diabetics. If you are a diabetic, take a step in the right direction by having your feet checked routinely by a podiatric physician, the most qualified doctors to care for your feet. Adding a podiatrist to your healthcare team can help you better manage the effects of diabetes on your feet. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Jake Diebler's Buckeyes hit the road for a Big Ten battle with Michigan State.
Live fan coverage starts Sunday at noon.
Every game, every season. Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Fan 7 weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Sunny to partly cloudy skies in the forecast here for today, but it is going to be windy and colder as temperatures fall down into the 30s and 40s and winds gusting up over 40 miles per hour. Now the winds will calm down here for the weekend, but we are tracking more sunshine. Highs in the mid-40s here for tomorrow, but down to the 30s on Sunday. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
We are your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. Oh, yeah. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
I was listening to somebody yesterday talk about, like, spring's almost here, and it was so nice, and it has been nice. It's been nice to get out, but all of a sudden we don't look at this as some crazy outlier. It is. It's February in Columbus, Ohio. It's going to be cold again. Like, I think we figure, we've turned a corner.
We're in the clear. No,
I'm like, we haven't.
No.
I mean, maybe we've turned a corner, but
a little bit.
You know what they say, that light at the end of the tunnel is an oncoming train. That's not, it's the average temperature, I just looked it up. In February in Columbus, Ohio, is anywhere between 22 and 40 degrees. So when we heard the weather update, 40-mile-an-hour winds, and
that's the part that shook me.
Yeah, that's not great.
That
but,
shook me.
I mean, average highs 39, average lows of 23. That's February in Central Ohio.
What do we expect?
Nothing has changed other than we got lucky.
You got a 40-year-old quarterback.
Exactly.
What are you waiting on?
It's February in Central Ohio. What are you waiting for it to be 70? You traded for a 40-year-old quarterback. What are you waiting for him to develop? In April, you're allowed to think about this. Maybe late March.
Oh, man.
All right, so Mick Cronin did a 4-something minute start to his availability today with the media, and he apologized to his player, went on to praise him, you'll hear that, and talked about the importance of his words and perception. He apologized to UCLA right out of the handbook, and I'm all about reflection, too. The emotion's out of it now. This is a guy who's fighting for his team on the bubble. And I used to be a fan of his because he's competitive and he's old school.
A little scrappy.
And a little scrappy.
Yeah,
and
like those guys.
I just think, all right, this guy's clawing to try to get his team in. He got absolutely thumped at Michigan by 30 and followed that up 3-4 days later, getting thumped by 23 at Sparty. So he was in the state of Michigan. I think he lost by 50, 52 points or something like that.
That's tough.
Combined. So I understand where his mind. My theory is this. That when he saw his player make a hard foul in a game where they were down 25 or whatever, selfishly, he thought, I'm going to put all my energy into that, the sportsmanship angle of it, and deflect from the fact that we are getting our butts kicked. And I'm going to put all my energy. All of a sudden now my priorities have changed. We've lost the game. We're not coming back. And the lesson I'm sending now is we're above that crap. Now he's rethought it, and here's his apology.
I thought that he took the guy out like the kid at Providence took the guy from St. John's out. It's the only reason I sent him to the locker room. I thought he literally made a dirty play and tried to wipe the guy out. Now, I don't have the film. Once I saw the film, I mean, he still got an F1, to be honest with you. I don't even know if he deserved that. When I watched it, Coach Iz thought the same thing when I communicated with him. But I thought he tried to wipe the guy out, which to me, that's a bad play. Like, you can't be down 25, you're getting your butt kicked. Don't try to take somebody out, hurt somebody on the other team, which is what I thought. Now, I'm short. I was blocked. I'm on the other end. Obviously, their reaction, I thought he tried to crush this kid. I think it was cool. So anyway, I apologize to Steve, So it gives me a chance to tell you guys what a great guy Steve is. Now, he asked me for $10,000 more in NIL because of that. But I told him I'd try to give him another commercial.
All right. Funny, Mick. Well done. All right, I rewatched this thing. It was a pass that went over the top. It was a full court pass, went over the top. he's chasing it down. And there's a difference between going for the ball and going for the guy's head or swinging for anything and hoping you make contact.
Mm-hmm.
He did not do that. I've seen guys track guys down in full court break where they are just swinging recklessly, technically going for the ball. But if they get noggin, that's fine. He didn't. He went for mostly the ball, got hand. Now, their momentum took them past the baseline, where then it gets a little dangerous because then the body's involved, you're falling awkwardly. But, I mean, this is such a stupid thing that he knows his guy. So my question to Mick would be this. You must not know your player very well. Because your instant response was to send him to the locker room because you thought he's a dirty player. So you didn't give your own player the benefit of the doubt in the moment. You didn't even ask him. You didn't even talk to him.
Yeah.
You grabbed him by the jersey, pointed to your equipment manager and said, escort him out.
So you as a media member would say that to a coach? I'm here for that. I would love to hear
I wouldn't
somebody say that to a coach.
I don't want to raise my voice to him because then I could be put in the corner.
You're raising your voice.
But I think I could respectfully ask him, what was your relationship like with Steven before this game? Like,
that's a real deep dive. I like that.
You didn't give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
At the time, you saw it with your eyes and thought he was a dirty player that played for your own team. You had no time for that, and he's gone.
Okay.
And I think when you're getting thumped, it's a lot easier to do that. I think this was in the first half in a tight game. He doesn't do it. And that you can print.
I want to read you this quote, too, coming out of the little handful of minutes that he did with, I'm assuming, the media today. He said, I thought he made a dirty play. I was wrong. And here's where I think it gets interesting. I need to dial it back, too. Sometimes I'm too candid. I'm lucky to coach here. This brand matters. The last thing I want to do is bring negative publicity. Little ownership in there, AR.
You can hear it now.
I'm lucky to coach here, and like my advice, I've said this to guys like, you get older, lose all your hair. I have to have facial hair now because I don't want to look like Mr. Clean. But you have to realize, like, and I have to do a better job of this, that in this climate, you got to be careful with what you say, because I'm not. Here, I'm a good fit here because I know I'm not bigger than the brand. And the brand matters here. The school matters. The last thing I want to do is bring negative publicity to our school.
I think one could argue that his actions are opposite of him thinking he's not bigger than the brand. But either way, that quote in there that I read where he's saying I need to dial it back, sometimes I'm too candid, I agree with that. Because after the game, I was like, man, it just seems like this guy can't really control his emotions that much. Like, that's not a thing for him. And I'm not trying to make it seem like it's easy, especially when you're running hot during a game and right after the game. But that's something he really does need to lock in on, is to not get overwhelmed in emotion all the time. It's going to happen every once in a while. I get that as a coach. You're just human. So I will give him that. But I also don't like the fact that we're not addressing how he addressed or undressed that media member after the game. Like that to me,
I'm actually surprised that that didn't come along for the ride. I haven't listened to all 4 minutes, but I haven't seen anything on social media that says, and he also apologized to the reporter who he unfairly targeted for asking an atmosphere question about the is zone, and then tried to flip it on him like he's, first of all, you insulted him tremendously by saying, you insulted him a little bit. Movie?
There was a little that's giving.
No. You insulted him a little bit.
It's giving
high noon.
No, that was not Gary Cooper.
It's giving.
No. You insulted him a little bit.
School of Rock.
No.
It's not. You said I was going to say Sopranos, but you said a movie. Given kind of that accent's kind of leaning me down that road.
You're very close.
The Godfather.
No.
Oh, I thought your theme music was about the fire. I thought that was.
No, I can't play my theme music on my third guess.
No. You insult them a little bit.
Well, actually, I do have 3 theme songs, so I could have.
Oh, man.
I played my tertiary theme song.
I don't think, first of all, I know you haven't seen it.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
The tertiary.
Yeah, thank you. At least he did it on his
that
own.
would be from Goodfellas.
Oh, I was kind of close.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I like coaches that care. I like coaches that have passion. He's competitive. He wants to win. He realizes this is a tough era to coach players hard and tough. I get it. I'm trying to give him a little bit of a, like you said, the human element pass. So then go all the way.
Yeah,
if you're going to, don't just apologize because it's your player, it's in the moment, and now you feel bad, or the brass talked to you about it, so now you're not above the brand, and this is Lou Alcindor and Bill Walton and John Wooden, and you're nothing. Okay.
I'm glad you mentioned that, AR. I think that's a good thing to bring up, that maybe some of this is rooted in some of the big ballers and shot callers out there that move some things around at UCLA said, hey, you need to go out there and apologize. Because the way you've been acting all year, this ain't it, man. This is not it. Because he's had some rough pressers this year.
He plays Illinois at home Saturday night. That's
I hope
strong.
they get cracked, just because I want to see how he acts after the game.
I'm very curious to see how they react as a team. Their last four in, or wherever they are right now. They're right there.
Oh, man.
Let's see if he can rescue this season. He's got Illinois, he gets Nebraska, and he gets them both at home.
I want them to lose by 20 to Illinois, just so I can lock in that post-game press conference. Get your popcorn
see if anything's
ready.
changed. Yeah. All right, Adam Jardy joins us in 2 minutes about the Buckeyes and their chances in East Lansing. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
This is Corey Sickles with Safe Harbor Retirement Group. When you leave a job, don't leave your 401k. Grow your investment without the fees associated with 401k plans. Visit safeharboroh.com to schedule a complimentary meeting. safeharboroh.com.
Our double hung is as good as it gets. There's something really simple. It's called an interlock. We interlock our windows. The interlock is the absolute best way to alleviate air infiltration. With the interlock, it's harder to break into. When you interlock the sashes, it makes a better window. It's just a darn good window, and we're very proud of it.
Call Rizzotti today at 777-4806.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Get Eco.
Eco is giving away $500 in free repairs whenever you buy a new water heater.
Helps restore balance to the universe.
Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna make you cool again, HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Anthony used to ski in his jeans? Are you serious? No, he's not from New Jersey. Back to Rothman and Ice.
All right, Buckeyes have, it's not too strong a word to say rescue. I mean, they know where they are. They know they're on the bubble. There's motivation. We're in late February. And they know they got to rack up some wins. I don't believe that this is a must win. I think it's kind of a must competitive game to keep your confidence going and also try to give yourself a chance to win it. But I don't think if they don't win this game, it doesn't automatically say, okay, well, they're not going to make it. At least that's how I feel. I'll bring on Adam Jardy, who covers the team. They want to keep momentum going, Adam. It's good to have you. What kind of pressure do you feel is on Ohio State this weekend in a very tough building against a very good team?
You know, I honestly don't think there's a ton of pressure on them because I don't think that anybody really thinks they're going to go up there and win. Like, from the outside, I just think, this is a top 15 Michigan State team that's been one of the Big Ten's best all year. Ohio State has kind of had its fits and starts throughout the season. And I just think that, until Ohio State wins a game like this, there's not a lot of pressure on them because people just don't really think they can win it. Now, whether they can or can't, I think is a whole other conversation. But I don't know that there's because there are still opportunities ahead of them, I don't feel like this is a really, really tight clenched fist type of game for Ohio State. I think they can go in there with a little bit of freedom, thinking well, let's go take our shot.
All right, Adam, I'm not going to make you play doctor, but what is your understanding of Mobley, this hand injury, and when Buckeye fans may see him out there on the hardwood again?
Well, I actually just had my story published right before you guys had me on that we had interviews with Jake Diebler today, and, cue the Lloyd Christmas gifts, but so you're telling me there's a chance? He didn't rule him out for Sunday, which to me was noteworthy because it definitely sounds like it's going to be like a pain tolerance type of thing whenever he is cleared. But as of today, which they had not practiced yet today, but he had not been ruled out for Sunday. So could we see him? It sounds like it's at least a possibility as of 1:00 this afternoon.
Wow. Okay. He kind of played through it when it happened, right?
Yeah.
And then obviously he sat for the Wisconsin game.
Yeah, he hit 2 threes with those 2 fingers taped together on his right hand. The biggest thing is just is it stable enough to withstand? I mean, getting hit or getting bent in a certain direction or things like that. And as long as it is stable enough that there's no concern that way, then he'll play. Okay. And it sounds like he's making progress on that front.
Interesting, very interesting. And so we've been talking over the last week or two about just the guys that need to step up in his absence. And I thought, after the game, Adam, it was really cool that, Royal kind of shining the light on the work that he put in coming out of the Virginia game and then the immediate returns that we all saw in that game. So for the folks that didn't hear that or didn't read that quote, just kind of talk about that and the performance he just had and how much he's going to be needed the rest of the way.
Yeah, you never quite know what you're going to get in a post-game press conference after a big win and what sort of anecdotes you're going to learn. And Devin just kind of casually mentioned that, he knew that he had played really poorly against Virginia. He said he called his own performance in that game terrible. He had 4 points and 2 of 12 from the field and just never got going. If Devin Royal plays like a normal Devin Royal game, they win that game. He's not the reason they lose it, but it's a contributing factor. So they get back from that game, and it's 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Evan Royal put up 1,000 shots in the practice facility when they got back from Nashville, rather than go home, and he talked about just needing to erase a bad game with hard work. And so he went in, he put up those shots, and it was interesting because watching Ohio State warm up for the Wisconsin game and watching Devin shooting, I thought he looked different. I thought, man, he's hitting a bunch. His stroke looks smoother. He looks like the player we saw for really the first 2 months of the season. And then he comes out and has this game like he did and just got Ohio State off and rolling. I think 25 points, hit his first 6 shots. Ohio State was up 24-12 and he had 14 points. And just the tone was set from that point. And I thought, for a guy that they are counting on a high level to contribute, what a massive bounce back game for him, and what a strong indication of what this can look like for him going forward if he can play with this level of consistency.
We are visiting with Adam Jardy, the longtime beat writer for Buckeye Basketball, Columbus Dispatch. What are the expectations now, Adam? What are his expectations for the freshman Amari Bynum? He's made 10 of his 13 shots over the last 2 games. 6 from deep. He's rebounding. He's stolen the basketball. Outside of maybe a bad box out in the game previous to Wisconsin, other than that, he's really come on. Are the expectations for him going up?
Yeah, I think so. They're certainly they need him to keep contributing at the level that they've seen these last couple of games because he's been impactful. I felt like he went through a little bit of a lull where he wasn't really getting to the rim. I thought maybe it was a little bit of that freshman wall fatigue type of stuff, but it does seem like these last 2-3 games he's kind of taken it up a little bit of a notch. And I think certainly the 3-point shooting jumps out. I mean, the last 2 games he's 6 for 8 from 3, and that's been a major boost for them. He looks like he's playing with a lot of confidence. And I don't know that he's lacked that a whole lot this season, but it does seem to be a little bit of a different level. And he's gotten some, I'm with you, he had a missed box out or 2 that was critical in the Virginia game, but he's so athletic and he's so bouncy that like he has gotten some big time rebounds in these last 2 games. And if he can like use that athleticism and that frame to rebound at a high level, and they're going to need it. I mean, Michigan State's like the best rebounding team in the Big Ten. So they're going to need a lot of that here on Sunday.
Yeah, no doubt. There's just an energy when he's out there on the floor, Adam, that's just fun to watch when he is really locked in the way that you were talking about. A guy that's always locked in is Bruce Thornton. And, you know, when Mobley went down, part of my mind went to, hey, the guys that maybe are going to have to come off the bench to elevate their play. But another part went to, well, maybe Bruce can just start to let it fly a little bit more. And he's absolutely doing that. But as you're watching, and we're all watching right now, just super efficient bucket getting right now from the leader of the team.
Yeah, and we're watching Bruce make history. I mean, to see him go past 2,000 points the other night, if he scores, I think he's 6 points now away from a tie for second place on the all-time scoring list, and still tracking toward getting or to passing Dennis Hobson for number 1. And that could happen at home against Indiana on Senior Day, also on Bruce Thornton bobblehead day. Like there's some neat stuff potentially like in the making here for Bruce Thornton, but certainly without Mobley, like I didn't know that they could ask Bruce to do much more than what he was already doing. And then for him to put up 25 and then 27 or 20, like the numbers that he's putting up, like I feel like you can just see that's a dude that really wants to get this team where it needs to go. And I felt like we saw that in the Wisconsin game. I mean, he only had 3 at halftime. And was like Devin was getting going and Amari was getting going. And then that second half, Bruce just kind of like willed this team across the finish line and just couldn't be stopped. We saw that in the Virginia game too, until he ran out of gas in those last 10 minutes where, the feeling in Bridgestone Arena there on Saturday night, as Bruce Thornton was making shot after shot after shot, like we were seeing something special. And then when he finally missed, it like broke the spell. But you're seeing a guy just like put a team on his shoulders and leave it all out there and whatever cliche you want to throw out there. But it's been high level stuff and it's been impressive to watch.
Well, what was impressive was certainly that win over Wisconsin. I don't think anybody saw it being that big of a blowout. So they played their most complete game of the year. So how much are you buying into now that will vault them into the tournament? Where's your confidence level?
I mean, I'm pretty high. I have a pretty high confidence level that this team will get there because they really just like the only thing that is holding back the resume, and we say only thing, it's kind of a big thing, but they don't have a quad 1 win. And that's the thing that like whatever projections you're looking at, whoever you talk to about who's going to make it, that is the biggest thing that they hold that is being held against Ohio State, and rightfully so. They probably have 4 quad 1 games of these last 5 still here on the schedule. Indiana at home could be a quad 1 game, but these next 3 are all those opportunities. And so I just think like if you have to win, if they win 1 of these next 3, I think they're in pretty good spot. If they win 2, they're probably comfortable. And then you've got to take care of like those last 2. You got to win at Penn State and you got to beat Indiana at home on Senior Day. And I think if they can win those 2, and then even 1 of these next 3, they're probably in. That's where I am.
I'm with you, my man. All right, always good to catch up. Should be a lot of drama down the stretch, man. Hope it delivers. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Adam.
Appreciate you guys having me. Thank you.
You got it. Adam was on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline.
Folks, if you're at a point in your life you're looking for a new vehicle, listen closely because the McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion is the place you need to be. Up there at the McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion, they treat you like family. You're going to walk in and feel the love the same way I did. On their website right now, they have over 200 new vehicles for you to search through, and I'm sure you're going to find something you like. At the McDaniel GM Superstore, they believe in nothing but transparency with every car deal that they do. There is a 2026 Equinox LT available for you. You can lease it for just $209 a month for 36 months with $4,819 due at signing, or you can finance for only $379 a month. Terms and restrictions apply. So get on up there to Marion to see the wonderful folks at the McDaniel GM Superstore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
We come back, we'll tell the truth. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Wake up with the Fan. Eat lunch with the Fan. Go to bed with the Fan. Dream about the Fan. Then change your sheets. Gross.
Ew, you guys are gross, but stick around in case I don't find anyone else.
The Fan.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet Store.
Are you struggling with bad feet? Hi, it's Mike from the Good Feet Store. I'd like you to hear what Kelsey, a kinesiologist, has to say about how your feet can affect your entire body.
When the foot's placed in the ideal position, everything else up the kinetic chain works better. You have better balance, more energy. You're going to feel better. Being able to move freely means everything to me, and good movement starts with the feet. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that they support all 4 arches of the foot.
So did you even know you had 4 arches in each foot? Most people don't, and most shoes and inserts only support one of your foot's arches. Learn how Good Feet arch supports can support all 4 of your arches. We want to help you walk, run, exercise, and play in comfort this year. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet Store. Visit the Good Feet Store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
Thanks to the Good Feet Store.
Ever wonder where your go-to maintenance person gets the metal products they need to fix yours and everyone else's problems? The best in the business go to metal supermarkets for their wide variety of metal products and shapes to tackle projects from simple to complex. Metal Supermarkets is your source for all metals cut to size and ready fast. No minimum order with maximum service. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or at Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Getting cold feet? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Listen to Financially Fit Radio with Corey Sickles this Saturday morning at 9 on 1460 AM, covering topics like what you need to know about annuities and how to stay healthy and enjoy retirement. Financially Fit Radio this Saturday morning at 9 on 1460 AM.
It's Timmy Hall here, stepping in for the common man. You see, he decided to go to Italy when his Germain spot was due. Must be nice. You know what else is nice? Germain's month-long President's Day sale at all the locations listed at GoGermain.com. This month, all qualified pre-owned vehicles come with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty. On top of the $1,000 price promise, no one will sell you a car for less. Nearly 4,000 vehicles, 30 brands, one website. You can only find the savings and that warranty at GoGermain.com. Hope you enjoyed your cured meats, common man.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-718-4040. That's 800-718-4040. 800-718-4040.
For 25 years, the Library of Congress Veterans History Project has collected and preserved the experiences of America's heroes. From original letters to oral histories, these first-hand accounts bring history to life, one voice at a time. With over 120,000 stories collected, each reveals the courage, sacrifice, and service of our veterans. But many remain untold. Help our nation reach 125,000. Share a story. Ensure a legacy. Visit loc.gov/vets today.
Join the fan weeknights at 6 for the Buckeye Show. And if you're asking if it's just a bunch of homers rooting for all things Ohio State, yes it is. Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes, The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Want to know anything about the Fan's contests, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by McDaniel GM Superstore. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right, before we get to tell the truth, I wanted to see what Las Vegas has to say, and this may take me a second, because Adam was in the camp of that they're going to get in. And he's right. If they could win one of those three, by the way, the Iowa game, not anything. That's a quad one road game. They just beat Nebraska. Like, that's not nothing either. So he's saying, can you go one of three? Can you beat Michigan State, Purdue, or Iowa? Can you get one of them? And then can you not lay an egg against Penn State, which you may not deserve to get in if you lose that game? And then Indiana at home in the final home game of the regular season. And then there's one other one. Which one am I missing?
You are missing
it. Or maybe that was it. Yeah, that sounds like they have 5 left.
Let's find out, sir.
Indiana, Penn State, Iowa, Michigan State, Purdue. Is there another one I'm missing?
So the rest of the way, Sparty, Hawkeyes, Boilermakers, Nittany Lions, Hoosiers.
Okay, so that is it. So that's what he's saying. Win the ones you're supposed to win and pick off one of 3. And you should be okay. Now, we didn't get into, well, what if they get bounced in the Big Ten tournament right away? Right. You know, how many do you have to win there? We won't know. But the bubble will be a little more set.
And 2 of those,
get there.
No doubt, and 2 of those 3 are on the road starting Sunday. It'll be a late-ish tip, well, not even late-ish, a late tip, 9 o'clock tip for the Iowa game, and then you'll host the Boilermakers at the crib, and that'll be a little matinee action on the 1st at 1:30.
All right, TLC, take us home.
All right, we're starting with the trivia question. So we've been talking a lot about quarterbacks moving and going in different directions. One guy we've been focusing on is Malik Willis. I got a trivia question for you.
Talking about Willis.
Can you tell me the college that Malik Willis started at before transferring to Liberty?
The Auburn Tigers.
I'm going to play your theme music.
Great. He just wanted to play this. Funny story. There was a kid that played for Ohio State named Amadeo Della Valle. And years ago at the station, when he had a decent game, I used to play that. The fact that you knew this song is pretty impressive.
Thank you.
How did you know this song?
Man.
The movie Bedtime Stories.
Oh wow.
You know,
you seen that one,
late night?
Yeah.
No, I have not seen that one.
Where can I get that
like
movie,
one
TLC?
where the TV might have been a little scrambled, but you could still see through it.
It's a movie for kids.
Fire the boing. I need one of you guys to play the boing.
I wasn't even listening to what he said.
You said it was one of those channels where you could barely see kind of what was going on, but
scrambled,
you knew what was happening.
Yeah. What'd you say? Bedtime stories?
No, you didn't have to. Never mind.
You didn't have to squint your eyes? All right.
Oh, my gosh.
What else you got?
We have a theme song adjustment. That was the whole point of that. That's what you needed to know.
So that's your new one, AR, okay?
For now, yeah.
For now, okay.
I know we already did in or out earlier in the week. I got another one for you. Are you in or out on veggie trays at a party?
Oh, I'm so out.
Really? I thought you'd be like,
you of all people?
I thought you'd be applauding them.
It's low in calories, Ice.
Yeah, I don't.
You'd rather not eat?
What?
Yeah. I'm good on a veggie tray, man. Like the carrots and the celery and the little tomatoes and
that's like half of what you eat here at work.
And the ranch
and the hummus and like
hummus can be very good.
I'd much rather have a charcuterie plate than a veggie plate. Charcuterie is where it's at, man.
Okay. Don tried to pronounce that word one time here.
Can I gong that?
Yeah.
I'm eating charcuterie.
I think so. I think a charcuterie
I'll take it.
Is definitely
it's kind of bougie.
It's maybe big word alert and gong all at the same time. Like it's a blend.
All right, we'll try.
I don't think you could do it. You can't play them twice. Oh yeah, that's
DJ Sir Mix-a-Lot over there. He can make it all happen. But yeah, AR
is it charcuterie or char?
I've always said charcuterie. I don't know, but I'm here for that. So between the
French.
two, I'd rather have a charcuterie plate
Take
than a
the
veggie
French
tray.
out of your mouth and tell us what to do. Movie? Marcel, take the French out of your mouth and
I don't know.
All right.
What is it?
The Irishman.
Couples retreat.
Okay. Yeah. Then do it. Encouragement,
Vince
my
Vaughn,
friend.
Bateman.
That movie?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Encourage. Then do it.
Yeah. Where you at on a veggie tray? You in? At a party?
I mean, you're talking about that's it? If that's
No. I just mean like if there's an assortment, are you looking at the veggie tray like why is this even here? Because apparently Matt is.
No, I'm not that. It's a hair disappointing, but it's not like.
I just said he'd rather not eat.
That's I would. Yeah, I'm gonna just drink water.
Doesn't get him excited.
Yeah, no, they're just mid to me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if it's put out the right way and it's got. I'm not a celery guy. Carrots I'll eat.
When you mean put out the right way,
it's
like
not
the
like in the plastic, like where you just where you slit the label.
Costco or something?
Yeah. I do like I'll tell you what's a little underrated now is the sliced cucumbers on. It's a little underrated now.
Okay, I used to when I was a kid. I was
ranch and
I was heavy on sliced cucumbers and Italian dressing.
There you go.
That was my nice little snack for your boy. I'm in on that.
I will devour bell peppers. So I
just raw.
I mean, dip it in the ranch or whatever.
Oh,
but. Yeah, like if they got the veggie tray, there are going to be some bell peppers on there. I'm taking those out.
They're raw.
I don't know if bell peppers come on veggie trays.
Oh, yeah, they do.
I don't think so either.
I think it's...
Well, you wouldn't know because you just, look away as soon as you see it.
That'd be more on a charcuterie than I think it would be in a...
No. That's just meats and cheeses on the charcuterie.
All the finest meats and cheeses for a clubhouse feast.
I promise you veggie trays got
veggie trays come with bell peppers all the time. I don't
I'm the one eating veggie trays. I can tell you.
But I know what one looks like. I think it's tomatoes, carrots, celery, and I'm missing something else. And he's going to say bell pepper.
Cucumbers, bell peppers.
Cucumbers. I'm here for bell peppers, though. I can't eat them raw, TLC.
I think your veggie tray is going to consist of carrots, celery, cucumber, tomato, and then the weird one would be like if you throw broccoli on there.
That's the one. Not
cauliflower.
Not bell peppers, TLC.
Yeah, I don't think there's...
I think you had a remix.
I think you're wrong on that.
Yeah.
I don't think...
There are probably multiple variations.
I know, but I think the one AR
the OG,
that's
I
the
think
OG.
we're talking
that's
about.
The OG.
The OG.
The one that we're talking about.
Titles?
I just wanted you to see what your reaction would be.
If you go to a grocery store right now and pick up a veggie tray, I think you're going to see more of what AR just described than any of them that have bell peppers.
And I think you
then
might.
How am I eating bell peppers?
Let me
at
ask you
parties?
this: what about the?
Somebody's got to be bringing them.
The yellow peppers.
Those
are
are
the
fire.
yellow and
the banana peppers.
Yellow, red, and green.
No, not banana peppers.
The red pepper.
Although banana peppers are good too.
They are.
Yellow, red, and green is what they got.
I don't know. It all sounds
red's the best.
Mid, exactly. It sounds mid. Let's just be honest. Veggie trays are just.
What should they have then?
Pizza, wings, charcuterie boards, desserts, something. I don't know.
You mean
chips.
what if you were getting all that, but they put the veggie tray out first?
Oh, it's like a little appetizer.
Yeah, like that's it. They put it out in the middle there.
Right next to the
by the way, I
shrimp
just found a veggie tray. He's right. There are some red peppers on here.
Bam!
With some yellow ones,
Hold
too.
up,
And
hold
But
up.
I'm saying
Where am I?
the OG one is the one. You know, that's all.
Can't believe we're getting this excited over a veggie tray.
We got to go.
I knew it was a solid question. There we go.
It was
And
good.
I am looking at a half-empty bottle of Cavassier, which means that we are just about out of time.
It's time to get the hell out of here. Common Man and Timmy coming up next. Joshua Perry in for Common Man. It is Go to Jail Friday. We love you, folks. Have a great weekend.
Have an awesome weekend. Go Team USA here in about 15 minutes, and we'll talk to you on Monday. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
The Big Nine was a sad, incomplete place. Enter Ohio State. The rest is history. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.